Hey everyone, if you've been looking to take control of your health, then I want to tell you about Life Med Institute. They focus on things like hormone optimization, genetic testing, weight loss, longevity, and overall health and wellness. Not just treating symptoms, but helping you actually feel and perform better. What I like is their personalized approach. They actually take the time to understand your body and build a plan around you. You can find Life Med Institute in Rehoboth Beach, Timonium, Columbia, Bel Air, and Westchester. If you're ready to start feeling better and performing at your best, then check them out and take the time to invest in yourself.
No, you're fine.
This bullshit.
I mean, that's where we're going to be, but you'll do a little more talking than me next going forward. Okay. So, Crystal.
Yes.
Welcome to the Change Catalyst podcast. Thank you for coming.
Yes.
Well, so I'm so excited to have you. TJ had your husband, Matt Jonesy, as we know him, on, I don't know what number episode it was, but
I don't remember.
not too long ago.
Right. March, April, something like that.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember when it came out. I don't know. One of those. But I thought it was really cool that we could have both of you guys on, right? So I get like both sides of the coin.
He kept saying, "Are you going to do it? Are you going to do it?" I'm like, I don't know.
I know. He's been like pushing you to do it.
I don't know. Like, what's the point? What's my side? You know, like you're
It's
the one who
huge.
you're the one who lived it. And he's like, you were there too.
You lived it?
Yeah, I lived it.
I'm like, you sure lived it. Gosh. But so I'm so glad that you're here. I think it's really great that we, as wives, share our perspective, because I feel like we hear so much of that. Like if TJ's out at a conference and I'm with him, they're like, you guys need to talk. You guys need to talk. And I'm like, oh, we're really good at being in the background.
Right.
But I think it's
100%.
right. Like, I mean, we hear so much, and I think, recently with Corporal Snook's passing and his wife speaking, like how powerful was that to hear her speak? You know what I mean? So I'm like, man, we got to do more. We got to do more of it. So all of that to say thank you for coming.
Yes.
Because I think you have an amazing story, because you offer a really amazing perspective of a military spouse and a law enforcement spouse. And there was some crap with both of those.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Not just a little either.
A whole lot.
Yeah, a whole lot of stuff. So first, tell me a little bit about, do you consider this, just a few questions off the top, like, do you consider your life normal?
Yeah.
You're like, we know no other life, right?
This
like,
is what I've done
normal
for
life.
24 years-ish. I mean,
Yeah, this is
now
our normal
growing
life.
up, no, this would have been completely crazy. Like I came from, like my parents were, so in July they'll be married 50 years.
Oh, wow.
My mom is a stay-at-home mom. My dad was, or still is, blue-collar worker. Like, he's a mechanic. My mom raised everybody's children. She was a stay-at-home mom.
The
did
neighborhood
daycare.
mom.
Yep, the daycare mom kind of thing. And Matt, complete opposite. His parents got divorced when he was like early teens or whatnot. And so he grew up that way. But for me, no, dinner was on the table at 5 o'clock every night. Daddy was rolling in.
Dad was home every night?
He was coming in. He was, eating. Now he drove a tow truck. So every now and then he would be like a crazy, have to go somewhere to tow a car kind of thing. But no, like.
Yeah, like a Monday through Friday, at home every night,
100%.
and weekends, holidays, home, always there.
Huge family. Like my dad's the baby of 7.
Oh, wow.
And so lots of cousins. Every birthday party we celebrated, everybody got together. Every anniversary, everybody got together. Every holiday, we celebrated something.
Yeah.
Together as a family. So,
Right.
yeah. So the life that we live now, no. So growing up, no.
Right.
Now, yeah.
But now this is just our normal. We don't
is
know
normal.
otherwise, right?
Yep.
Yeah. And so what would you say if like you had to talk about your marriage in one sentence? What do you think that would be?
I would say crazy, chaotic, unexpected. Love, lots of love. You have to have love, respect. I don't know. There's just some words that come off the top of my head. Like it's roller coaster. Like
highs, lows, and everything in between.
Gotta have trust.
Yeah, especially with that. So tell me about how you guys started. So I know you grew up. Did you guys both grow up in Salisbury, right?
No.
Or no, Maryland?
Mm-hmm. So both in Maryland. I grew up in Salisbury. Very, like I was the minority in our neighborhood. We grew up outside of, or across the street from like Bennett.
Okay.
So I grew up in a very residential neighborhood, little salt box houses, literal neighborhoods. Matt grew up in the what I consider the country, right, of Willards. And so we moved. My parents moved when I was 13 to the house that they live in now, which is very rural. And at that point, that's where my life shifted because I would have gone to Bennett instead. I went to Parkside. And that's where Matt and I met.
Right.
So we met, he's a year older than I am. So we met when I was like 16. He was 17, but we all hung out with the same people. So we did hang out a lot. We knew each other, but we never dated, never did anything like that. It was just, we just knew each other from mutual friends.
Like same circles kind of thing.
100%. Like I gravitated towards like the country boy, and the girls, because they were so down to earth and nobody was preppy. Everybody was just so down to earth, and they were my kind of people. And he graduated a year before I did. And at that point, like I didn't know anything about really him. Like I had a crush on him. Like I remember driving around town in Willards, and I had a pretty distinctive car. And it was large. It was a huge Buick Regal. So all the friends would like pile into my car, right?
Big couch in the back seat.
And so we would drive around town, and somebody had said, "Hey, that's Matt Jones's house. That's where he lives." And I was like,
"Oh, really? Oh,
okay." Make that mental note. You're driving around town or whatever, and
that's what you did in high school after you drive around town.
100%. And then we would all go to the chicken house to hang out. I mean, just good, clean fun, like nothing crazy. Everybody thinks you're doing something crazy.
Yeah.
But you're literally hanging out, like
just all together in one space.
Everybody there, and it's chicken house. It's safe. So, so that's how we kind of met, and then life separated. He graduated and did the whole military thing. I do remember his, I don't know if it was the night before he left for boot camp or whatnot, but we had a big party, and like I remember being there, like holding the bucket, kind of thing for him. But other than that, like just knowing him, just knowing all of our friends. We all had the same friends in common. But and then I lived my life and he lived his life until we met again.
And so when did you reconnect?
It was after September 11th.
Okay.
So I had been in a short, long-term relationship with somebody. And after September 11th, like something clicked, and I was like, I'm not doing this anymore.
Life's too short for a space filler, right?
So ended that relationship and was just kind of like doing my thing. And then
so after high school, did you leave or did you stay in the area for school?
Oh no, I stayed. I was not one of those people that could go away to school. Like we just didn't have that kind of money,
right?
And I didn't have those kind of grades. Like I was just A, B, C student, nothing crazy. Started at Warwick.
Okay, so you went to Warwick,
and my 2-year degree ended up being like a 10-year process. Just because I started working full time, and I was like, "Ooh, look at that money! Like,
like that's a lot more fun than than school."
Oh. I can make money, and therefore I can go and do stuff with that money. So no, I stayed in town.
Okay,
living with my parents. Until I met Matt, I still lived with my parents. I probably would still live with my parents. I don't know. But yeah, so we seriously did not see each other after that night of being at that party. Like I didn't see Matt again until the night we met back at Brew River.
Oh my gosh. How many years was that?
So he left in 97, I think. And we met again in 01.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
So 4 years there.
Yeah, so I was out of my relationship, and he had like a few relationships in between. But then he graduated the academy in 2000, I believe. So he had been a cop
So
For a little while.
he went military, did his, what, 4 years or whatever, 3 years?
No. He did, gosh, at that point, I think he was, so 97, he joined, and he did like an early entry program or something.
Mm-hmm.
So we were in high school when he was still doing some like military stuff. So he had
Okay.
started, but
yeah,
he
like
had
what, you
done
can do like 17 and go do the early
and
stuff.
so he had done a few things, but he went through the police academy for Wacomico in 2000.
Okay.
I don't know if it was the July or, I think it was July, maybe. Graduated in December, maybe, something
Yeah,
like that.
like 6 months.
And so he had not been a cop very long before
Okay.
September 11th
Yeah.
happened. Maybe 9 months or so.
Yeah,
And my dates could be off on that, but
somewhere around there.
but something like that. And then he was actually, his guard unit, the 200th Military Police, were the first unit at the Pentagon.
Oh, wow.
I think they showed up like early September 12th at the Pentagon. And they were starting to do their thing there, like get things together. And they were living their life. I don't remember if it was then or not, but he was doing like 4 days on, 2 days off
With the guards?
with the guard at the Pentagon. So they
Okay.
were like surrounding the Pentagon in their Humvees, like riding around, just protecting everything. Cause
All the cleanup and everything,
Right,
yeah.
everything. So he was home, I believe, on like a 2-day thing, and his friends convinced him to go out, like pulled him out of the house, basically. Like,
Oh,
"Come
so
on,"
which I'm sure took something.
right? And then my girlfriends were like, "Hey, we're going out," and I was like, "Okay." So like, and seriously, like, I was not out to impress anybody.
It was like just one of those days where you're like, I'll meet you out
yes,
there.
I'll
Like,
meet you out. It was
whatever.
like 9:00, like everybody else is in bed. I threw on like a long sleeve blue T-shirt and like a pair of jeans, like.
And flip flops.
And flip flops probably, but not going out to like
Not, like,
do
go out
anything,
mode. Yeah.
right? I was not dolled up, and like a mutual friend was like, "Hey, you know Matt?" And I was like, "Oh, hey,
I do know Matt.
Oh, hi." So that's kind of how we reconnected, and it
Oh,
was
wow.
literally he's like, "Can I buy you a beer?" You know, he has
Yeah.
no game at all.
No.
And I'm sure. And then his friends left him. Like, I'm sure that was totally planned.
I'm sure they were like, we're going to go home.
Yeah, we're going to leave. We're going to go somewhere else. So I did end up taking him home, but I was just like, peace out. He was kind of like, you know,
You're like, bye.
bye. Here's my number. Call me if you want. And
Yeah.
he did. So,
Oh,
so that's how we, I mean, there's no like crazy fireworks. There was doing nothing crazy. Like, but that's how our life kind of rolls. Like,
you're like, oh, well, this works. We're
Yep.
just going to keep going.
that's basically how everything rolls for us.
So at what point were you guys like, yeah, I think this is the one. This is my guy.
Oh, me totally first. So he called. We ended up going on a double date in November and I set it up. My cousin was home from, I think they were living in Alaska. Her husband he went straight from high school as well into the Air Force.
Okay.
Full active duty though.
Okay.
And they moved to like North Carolina and then I think Alaska. They were in Alaska maybe. But they were home and I don't remember why they were home, but nonetheless. And I wanted to spend time with her and I was like, perfect.
Yeah.
Well, completely unbeknownst to me, it all turns out that she was my childhood best friend growing up, cousin wise. And her husband was Matt's childhood best friend
wow.
growing up. Totally had no idea.
Oh, wow.
So like when I was introducing, everybody was like, "Oh my God, Andrew!" You know, I was like, "Oh, they're okay." So we ended up going on like a double date, and that for me, that was kind of like
The moment where you're like, this works.
When we started dating. I think Matt would probably have a different timeline. I don't know why. He's always like, that's not when we started dating. I'm like, well, who else did you date after that? Right? Because I didn't date anybody after that, right? That was November 2001.
Mm-hmm.
And we kind of long distance because he had to go down to Georgia for something. Like the guard sent him to Georgia to like relieve somebody, like the whole unit. So we did like the short, long-term
Yeah.
kind of call. And where my parents live is horrible reception. And cell phones back then weren't like
terrible.
they are now, right? And I think I remember like he would like send me a message or something saying I'm going to try to call you. So I would like go to the side of the house that has like reception, like hunker down so I could like get his phone call. So we did that for quite some time, but we would talk for hours. You know, it's
Yeah.
not like fresh.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're learning everybody, you know. So we did that until he came back. And I don't know, like when he got back, he went back to the Pentagon. They were back to the Pentagon. So that's when it was like the 4 days and 2 days. I remember him coming. I worked at an elementary school in Worcester County, and coming out one day, he was standing at my car with like flowers. I'm like, oh, it's like 16 candles.
Yeah,
like,
I was gonna say it's like all those like 80s movies that we loved. Like,
and I'm like, oh, you know, but he would do stuff like that all the time, like surprise. Like I didn't know he was coming home. It was just a surprise. He was standing at my car or his car, whatever. Stuff like that, like. So he does. He has that in him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like he comes off as
like such a sweetie.
but he definitely has that. And there, after that point, we like anytime he was coming home, I was taking a few things to his house. Every time I'd go over, take a few things. And he had 2 roommates. He had a guy we called Bubba, and his brother Daniel. So it was really awkward when Matt wasn't there. If I was there. So I never stayed when he wasn't there.
Right.
But those 2 days that he was there,
You were there.
I was there. And I started to like make it a home. Like started cleaning. Like, bought some like pots and pans, you know, kind of thing. Like
Yeah, like let's be an adult.
We're
Let's
trying real hard
add some
here.
real stuff in here.
so yeah, and at that point I was kind of like, yeah, I like him a lot. So when he was home I would introduce him to family members, and he would introduce me to family members. So at that point, I mean,
Yeah.
but we were still so young. We were babies.
How old were you?
21,
Okay.
22, 21, 22, and he's a year older than I am. So yeah, that's how we kind of, but at that point, I guess, how did I know he was the one? I don't know. Like I fell for him pretty quick.
Yeah.
I fell for him pretty quick. I think it probably took him longer just because he's guarded. He's much more guarded than I am. And he didn't have like the best in relationships.
Yeah.
And neither did I, but
Yeah.
when you see a winner, you see a winner.
You're like, I know one when I see one.
I know, right? He was cute and he was sweet and he come from a good family. Like
Yeah. All the things.
all the things. He checked all the boxes.
And how long were you guys dating before you
Got married.
Yeah.
So 01 and we got married in 03.
Okay. Yeah.
So I mean, I don't know, typical. What I think
Yeah.
is pretty typical, but it was. That's not the move fast part. The move fast part was when he found out he was deploying.
Yeah.
So he found out he was deploying on the 24th
With the guards.
with the he was going to Afghanistan. Found out he was going on the 24th. He proposed on the 25th. We got married on the 29th, and he was gone by the 7th. So
Wow.
yeah.
Okay, say that again. So he finds out he's getting deployed on the 24th, proposes on the 25th. You guys
Get married on the 29th,
eloped for the most part. Yeah. Like
in the backyard,
okay.
and then
Like, hey, we're doing this now. By the
literally,
way,
literally like
hey, Fran.
called my mom like
So,
5 o'clock or
5
whatever
days
o'clock.
later, he finds out he's deploying. He proposes. 5 days later, you get married.
And then he leaves 7 days after that, 8 days after that, for a year.
God,
Best first year of marriage ever.
I was gonna say. So
Right?
tell me about that as a brand new wife. Like, oh, okay, here we go. Bye. So he gets deployed, and
So I was, I honestly had no idea what I was getting myself into. Like I knew about the military. Like we had some friends that I had learned some lingo and whatnot over the year and a half or so. But after the deployment, after his activation, was over with the Pentagon, like he went back to being a
Like
cop,
a
which
police
was new
and
for
what-
me because
yeah.
I didn't start dating a cop. I started dating a military man.
Yeah.
Because it was full blown military at that point. So that part was a little odd because it's not. And I didn't even think about this until thinking about talking with you about that transition.
yeah,
Because I didn't know much about the police side of his
the police life.
at all
Yeah,
because everything was military. So we had some mutual friends that way. And then going from when his activation with the Pentagon was over, going to police, started getting that lingo and whatnot. And then I remember distinctively, I was like washing dishes at the sink. His phone rang. He went outside. And if anybody knows Matt, when he's on the phone, he walks a million circles. Like he'll walk 1,000 miles
paces.
when he's on the phone with somebody. And he was outside. And when I noticed that he was doing it, and he went up, there was this huge tree in front of the window, and he like put his hand up against the tree, and it was a serious conversation.
And you're like, ugh.
And I just did not, that pit of the stomach feeling, And he comes in and he was like, well, the 200th is getting activated.
And that's his unit.
And I'm like, okay. Yes, his unit. I'm like, okay. He was like, that was Metzger on the phone. We're going to Afghanistan. Not quite sure for how long. And I'm like, what? Like, my brain just, I'm so naive when it comes to things like, where is Afghanistan? Like, you hear it, right?
Yeah.
But I never did like research. Like,
right. I mean,
where is Afghanistan?
We just, in our heads, we know it's a place.
It's a place,
and I know it has
it's
some
not
deserts.
a great place, apparently, right?
Yeah.
We're activating, which to me, activation means
you have to
like
go
what he
work
did.
at the Pentagon.
Yeah.
Like
What he
that
did at
kind
the
of stuff.
Pentagon.
You're gone for a couple of days and you come home.
Yeah, that was a lie. And,
Then that.
so, and I don't remember, but it was happening fast. It was happening really fast. So that was the 24th of June. And then I was teaching summer school. So I don't know if the shock just hadn't hit me yet. I don't know. Like, I don't know if my brain was just like not taking it serious, or I don't know. So went and did my summer school thing. Came home. It was hotter than blazes, and we lived in a very old house. The only place that had air conditioner was our bedroom. So it was a little window unit kind of thing. So I went in there, changing my clothes, and he like comes in like mid change of clothes, and he gets down on one knee, and he's just like, "Do you want to get married?" And I'm just like half naked. I'm like, sure, how every girl dreams about being proposed to.
in my bra and underwear.
Underwear in the bedroom before, and I'm like, sure. Like, and he's like, I've already talked to your parents. And I'm like, oh, like, you've been busy.
What'd you do today?
Yeah. So apparently, that day while I was at work, he and his friend, I think it was Chad, maybe even bought a ring and went to my parents and talked to them and all the things. So we got proposed to me on the 25th, and then we were actually not supposed to get married until July 3rd.
Okay.
Which I think was like a Thursday, and we did all the things. Matt also got LASIK eye surgery in between all of this because he didn't want to wear his contacts and his glasses in Afghanistan. So we were driving back and forth. Because I'm telling you, this is our life.
Like, what more could happen in this short
This is
week
our life,
of a time span? Yeah.
So we were driving back and forth to Annapolis because that was the only place you can get LASIK eye surgery at the time. And I don't know if they like expedited the whole process for him anyway.
Yeah, for him to get in before deployment.
In a week. And so we were driving back and forth for that. We ended up going to the courthouse to get our marriage certificate. And then he gets told that he's got to be in like Fort Dix on July 3rd, New Jersey. So we can't get married on that day, of course. So I guess he's calling around. He's talking to his dad and talking to whatever. And he's like, well, Sunday, Dad and Melinda are having a barbecue. And I'm like, okay. He was like, do you want to get married then? And I'm like, sure.
Okay.
So we kind of bombarded
the barbecue.
Yeah. So like,
we're like, hey, by the way,
I called my mom on Saturday. We went to Green Turtle for dinner and called my mom, and I was just like, hey, what are you guys doing tomorrow night about 5:00? She goes, are we getting married? I'm like, we're getting married.
Oh.
She's like, all right.
Let's do this.
So that's how we did it. So we contacted a few people in the family, and my best friend, we went to like Dress Barn or something like that. She called me from like that morning, like Sunday morning.
What are you going to wear?
Hey, I just found a white dress in Dress Barn. Do you want that? And I'm like, sure, I'll be right there. So drove, bought this cute little white sundress. She ended up coming with flowers, so I had a little bouquet. My cousin Becky bought a Cakes by Rita, brought a little cake.
Okay.
and we had hamburgers and hot dogs and a pool
Oh, I
party.
love that.
So we had very, very few people. Anybody who could kind of come at the last
You're
minute.
like, hey, by the way.
Hey, by the way, we're getting married tomorrow at 5:00. If you want to come by.
Oh.
Matt's aunt had just been ordained.
Well, there you go.
So it was her very first, I think, very first anything that she had done as an ordained minister. So she performed the ceremony for us. His dad stood up with him. Nicole stood up with me, and
The rest is history.
my daddy walked me down the patio. Stood under the trellis, and that's what we did. We got married.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, he had a pair of shorts on and a shirt and his glasses because he just had like eye surgery. And I'm pretty sure it was the hottest day of the year.
Like just sweating.
Everybody was
bullets.
sweating their butts off. Yeah, so we cut our cake. We have the pictures. We
have all the things.
We have all the things.
Yeah.
We have music and
all the things that you need.
all the things. And then we, lived your life. And then I want to say he left on like the 7th or something like that.
So you had to be in Fort Dix, and then they deployed to Afghanistan from
Yeah,
there.
he deployed out of Fort Dix. Yeah.
And how long was that initial deployment?
It was like 9 months boots on the ground, I think.
Okay.
I think it ended up being an entire year. I think he came home in like May, June, something like that.
Yeah.
I think it was like 9 months boots on the ground.
Okay.
So 9 months in Afghanistan, maybe. So that was interesting. That whole,
Yeah.
the whole like leading up to, and then, because I was literally thrown into military life.
I was like, all of a sudden, it's like we're dating, married, gone.
Gone.
And then like, how are you? Like, because now you're, oh, hi, I'm married. Hi,
Yeah.
I'm Miss Jones. Where's oh, he's overseas.
Yeah.
Like,
We so it's funny because like back then it was like the end of the era that people would put in like your marriage announcement, your engagement announcement in the newspaper.
yeah.
That was like on the tail end of that. But my Uncle Frankie, worked at the Daily Times. So he made sure that
He's like, oh, this is going
something
in.
is going in, right? But the picture of Matt and I hugging at, I guess we were in Jersey, maybe. I don't remember. Anyway, it made the front news of the Daily Times.
Oh my gosh.
And people saw my ring. And it was, I guess it was like Matt Jones deploying, hugging his wife, Crystal. That's how our marriage was kind of announced.
Were
to
people
the
like, wait,
world.
what?
Was on the front page of like the Daily Times. Literally the front page of the Daily
Like,
Times.
oh, we made the front page. Okay.
And like even like some of his friends that like really didn't know, and like were contacting me like, you got
Wait,
married?
what?
Like,
Yeah.
surprise! They were like, we saw the ring, like we saw like the caption, and I'm like,
Yeah.
surprise!
Yeah, like this just happened.
It's all happened very, very fast, very fast.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, but at that point, that's what we
was just
wanted. Now
love.
I will say, I'm pretty sure his dad tried to talk him out of getting married so quick, and my cousin tried to talk me out of getting married so quick. And I love his dad, and my cousin Robin absolutely adores, Matt as
Yeah.
well. But she's like, slow down. She had been through the process.
Yeah.
Because her husband, they had dated in high school, and her husband went to Desert Storm.
Okay.
But they waited to get married until he came back. She's like, you can still get the benefits. You can still get all of those things. I'm like, we're not really doing it for the benefits. We just want to get married. We love each other, whatever. And once I explained that to her, she's like, okay,
Yeah.
all right, do what you got to do, girl.
So once you got married, he was gone. You were living in the house that you said, like the old house. And then, so you were just.
So his brother and Bubba had moved out. And it
Okay,
was
yeah.
just me living at the house. So I would say the hardest part is going home to an empty house every night. That's
Yeah.
probably the hardest part. And I was, at that point, I had really gotten myself in gear for college. So I did have college to kind of like
That filled a lot of time, I'm
filled
sure.
a lot of time. And we had decided, once he did leave, we decided that once he got back, we were going to renew our vows. So,
Yeah.
Because he knew that I had always, growing up, every little girl's dream
Yeah, you want to have a wedding.
is to have a wedding. So I was planning a wedding in the reception and all the things while he was gone. So it did fill the time, but there's a lot.
Yeah.
There's a lot of time. That's a long time.
Yeah, 9. I mean,
So it ended up being close to almost
At
a
like
full
a
year.
year,
But it's a
yeah.
long time. So, you're in the beginning, you're changing your name.
Yeah, you got all like it's all new and fun and
all
fresh.
of those things. I will say that one of like first major hiccup was, and this was right on the cusp of everybody getting like debit cards and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So we got checks, right? So I was added onto his checking account. He was added onto mine. And you get the book of checks that doesn't have any information on it. It literally was like 0001, 0002. And I remember going to Walmart maybe, and I didn't have a card, so I had to write a check out. And I was writing the check, and she puts the check in, spits it back out, and she goes, "Oh, I'm gonna try that again."
And you're like,
puts it in, it spits it back out, and she's like, "It's denying it." And I was like, "It's denying it?" Like,
you're like,
what are
no.
you talking about? Is denying it? So like the first little like marriage obstacle was apparently there's another Benjamin Jones, that has a social security number that is super similar to Matt's.
Oh, gosh.
And all the things. And he didn't have any money.
But you're like, so somehow you got put on his account?
Somehow I got put onto his account.
Oh my gosh.
And so that was the first obstacle, having
you're
to use my power of attorney.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So having used my power of attorney to get all of that straight. So that took a little bit of time.
Yeah.
So that was my first like,
You're like, oh, I have to do
what the
this.
hell is happening? Like, why?
You're like, really? Really?
Really? But come to find out, that's my life.
You're like, that was just a little snapshot into the things to come.
That's just how we roll. That's just how we roll. But so yeah, so learning the lingo, learning operational security, like what you can and cannot talk about. Whoa, like I had no idea any of that. FRG, which is the Family Readiness Group within your unit, is amazing. And if it still exists, and you're getting ready to go through a deployment, you know that you need to
definitely use that resource.
100%. They were amazing.
What are some of the things that they do?
So we would meet. I think it was like once a month. We would meet at the Armory, the 200th Armory. I think it's called the Blair Crockett Armory on 50 in Salisbury. We would meet there, and they would go over operational security stuff, like what you can and cannot talk about in public and on the phone, because everyone's listening, and putting it out. I think it was like MySpace back then. Like
you can't put on MySpace.
Like, am I going showing my age? Like MySpace, like don't put anything out there. Unless it's put out by your unit, you don't put it out there. So that was good to know, because I would share.
Yeah, like, oh, I talked to Matt. They're in this part of Afghanistan today.
100%.
Like,
And like his address, like I could put that out because it's a secure address.
For people to mail stuff.
Yep, because that was like their post office, right? And then it would go out from the post office there to them. So that, back then it was calling cards. So you would go to Sam's Club and buy like a 700-minute for $80 calling card and get like 10 minutes out of it.
Oh gosh.
Because of the exchange rate or whatever it was
called.
Hey, honey, and then when you would call, you would hear like Haji music in the back. It was like, oh, you know, and you're like, what's happening? Like, what is that? He's like, oh, they're just people listening in. Like, so even when we were talking, it was me having to talk all the time because he couldn't really say anything about what he was doing. So I would start.
Just be like, we have 10 minutes.
And get as much in as possible. So, like, we would have to send him the calling cards, and he would have to call us. I could never call him.
Yeah.
So, getting a hold of him was quite the process as well. But when he would call, it was always, God love him, it was always at, like, it was, like, the worst time ever. Like, I would be driving back. So, I went to Wilmington University. And so I would be at a Georgetown campus or a Dover campus or any one of the campuses, and going through like
all the back roads,
Millsboro or whatnot, like there's a complete dead zone. I would pull off onto the side of the road, and I guess he would kind of calculate like what time it was there versus here. So he would call like after class or whatever. And I would have to like pull over on the side of the road in the middle of the night, like sitting in my car, like trying to talk to him on the cell phone, because if I knew as soon as I got past that tree line, everything
like
would
dead.
drop. You didn't know when you would get to talk to him again. So there's those types of things.
How often did you get to talk to him?
Like once a week.
Okay.
So, funny, like little haha, not really funny, but
Are kind of funny.
Are
Probably.
kind of are demonic, kind of like twisted fun.
Twisted humor.
So
Funny.
his grandfather had a pretty massive heart attack.
Oh, gosh.
And they wanted
While he was deployed.
and in December. And they were like, I think we need to get Matt home. It's not looking good. And I'm like, all right, as soon as he calls, I will. And they were like, it needs to be sooner than later. So I contact the FRG. The FRG's give me all the information of what I need to do for the Red Cross.
Mm-hmm.
You have to have like blood type. Like Red Cross is no joke. Like they're amazing.
They do a lot of amazing things, yeah.
It is amazing. But they want, it's got to be legit, like, right? So my brain switches. So I'm like, all right, so I got the American Cross on it, right? But I don't know how long that's going to take. So I call Nikki, who is one of my great friends at the time. Her fiance, Chad, is over in Afghanistan, but they're separate. He and Matt are separated. So I'm like, I'm going to get hold of Nikki. And then Nikki is going to get a hold of Matt, or Chad. And then Chad
will be able to get a hold of Matt.
Matt is going to have him give me a call. And that actually worked faster than the Red Cross.
Oh, wow.
Getting a hold of Matt. Like, don't stand in front of a woman.
Like, I'm going to figure this out. Like, I'm going to figure this out.
So that's how I got a hold of Matt to give me a call. The Red Cross ended up getting him home. And it was the bright side of that is his pop-up made through fine. And he ended up passing away later on. But Matt got home to see him and whatnot. But he got to come home for Christmas.
Aww.
Because it happened right at Christmas time. So went to Baltimore Airport, picked him up, got him home. We immediately went to see Pop-Up when Pop-Up got discharged. Like, his time home was for his Pop-Up, but Christmas happened to be there as well. So we actually, my parents were hosting Christmas that year. We actually planted Matt, like, back to the front door in a chair. And, like, as people were coming in,
But they
were like, what's happening? Oh, my God, are you home? Like, so it was great for that. I will say, taking him back to Baltimore
was that hard, I bet.
Just as hard as the first time leaving.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my God, I don't ever want to do this again. Like,
We got like a little taste of him being home and like happy and like, oh, and then it's like, oh.
God damn. Like,
yeah.
Sending him back again was horrible. God, that was hard, you know? Saying goodbye again. And then it was another like, oh God, funny story is I cut all my hair off. So I had like really long hair when we met. And I was just getting tired of it. He was gone.
You're like, whatever.
Right? So I cut it off. I colored it red, right, red and gold, something crazy. And when he, like, it was like, remember like the webcams on your computer?
Yeah.
Like, so super grainy webcams, and that's like, you set it on top of the computer. That's what we had. So like the laptop or even the computer, I think it was, like a PC and he was just like, what'd you do to your hair? And I was like, you don't like it? You know, like, you don't like it? And he's just like, no, I don't like it. And I'm like, oh, shit.
Like,
But I'm thinking I got like 9 months
I got time
to grow out. No, of course, he came home like 2 weeks later.
You're
right?
like,
He comes home and I'm like, sorry. God, he hated that haircut.
That's so funny.
So, yeah. So I'm thinking, I got all this time to grow my hair out.
Yeah.
No. So I made sure that by the time he got home, it was back to normal.
Oh my gosh.
To appease him, right? To appease him. So yeah, the first year was, I mean, I was busy.
Yeah.
And there was no downtime. Like, everybody kept me busy. I think they just kind of knew, right?
Yeah.
School, work, because I was still working full time. I was going to school full-time, part-time, full-time, just trying to get it done. Like, at that point, I was motivated.
Yeah, like, this is my time to knock it out.
At this point, I was pretty motivated to get it done. And when he was starting to come home, that's when things started to get, like, real. Like, I was nervous. Like, I was really nervous.
Like, oh, now we really have to do this marriage thing.
We have to, like, it's not just playing house.
Yeah, like, we got to live together. We got to figure
married.
this out.
Like, not just for 4 days or for 2 days or whatever. It was weird. So yeah.
So when he came back, then like he got off orders and then was like back to the police department.
So when you get off of a deployment, there is a reintegration process.
Okay.
So it's like a 30, 60, and 90 day. And that first deployment, that time really does kind of like go by the wayside for me. Like, I really don't remember a whole lot of that time after the first deployment. But it does happen. It's called a reintegration. I do remember going to like one of the reintegrations, but other than that, like he came home back into Fort Dix, New Jersey, and it was like midnight or so. Like, and it was. I just remember it being very dark, and they gave us like, we had to meet in like this little like church thing. They gave us like hot dogs and something. It was like 1 or 2 in the morning. Like his plane was supposed to be in at like midnight or something like that. And we're eating hot dogs at like 1:30 in the morning. And I'm like, what kind of life is, you know, like what in the world?
What is going on right now?
But it felt like the daytime.
Yeah, because you're just like,
it felt like daytime. But I will say, like, I changed a lot. Like, I'm a stress eater. So he left and I was like a size 8. He came home, I was like a size 12.
yeah.
And so for me, I was very self-conscious because the wedding dress that,
Sure.
you know, they, like the week before, they were having to put an extra panel in each side of my wedding dress. So I was very nervous about how he was going to feel.
Sure. All these feelings.
Because you see pictures, you see like the grainy webcam, but like, this is now me, you know? But he didn't say a word. Like, he was so great about it. And he just knew, right? He was just happy to be home. I was happy to have him home. So Fort Dix, New Jersey it's a Army and Air Force base.
It's a joint base, yeah.
And so it's like Fort Myer, I think, and then Fort
McGuire.
Dix. McGuire.
I lived there for a little bit.
Okay, so literally the grass is greener on the other side.
Oh, yeah,
like
it's beautiful
the Air Force side is literally greener than the Army side. And I refused to stay at a hotel called the Doughboy Inn, which is what the Army had. So I stayed on the
Air Force side.
Air Force side. So I asked him, I was like, how long do you have to be in Fort Dix before we can leave? And he was just like, we can leave like immediately, right? We can, like, I think the next day he could leave. So we went back and he's like, where are we going? I was like, I'm not staying over there. I'm staying over here.
Side. Yeah.
So we went to, I don't remember, Air Force Inn, I think is what it was called or something. Yeah. So he was happy about those decisions that I was making, right? He's like, you did good. You did good with that. And we ended up leaving and coming home. And I will say our family gave us some good time. Like his mom, of course, was like at the front door.
Oh, yeah, like,
right? Oh, baby. But his family gave us a really good amount of time to just kind of like reacclimate, get to know each other. Like everybody was coming by and visiting and we were going places or whatever, but he didn't want to leave home. Like
he's like, this is my home. I want to be
here. He was just happy to be home. And so transitioning there, I don't remember the exact amount of time from when he got home until he had to go back to work. Mm-hmm. But again, that was another transition time that you just don't think about.
Yeah.
But he had to get it. I don't know if he had to like recertify with his weapon or anything like that, but he hadn't been a cop for very long.
Yeah.
Before that.
Yeah, he was and it was always interrupted.
Always interrupted. And for me, I guess I didn't think about that time. And he had been a cop before he left, and I knew that life, but I did not know like real cop life.
Yeah.
Because it was
just like you guys were still dating, and it was probably like whatever, and you're young, and you don't think about the town that you're living in and policing in.
All the things, right? So when he did end up going back to work, that's when like real life really set in. So
do you feel like Matt's deployment, like do you feel like he was different at all when he came back? Like
that deployment,
no,
not as much. I will say the second deployment, he was definitely different after that one. I will say, I don't remember at what point, we'd already had kids, or at least Patton at this point, but I remember looking at him once and saying, look, I am not one of your soldiers. He is not one of your soldiers. You are not going to talk to me like I'm one of your soldiers. Like, it's not going to happen. And I know that was obviously after Patton, so after the third deployment, but it must have been like, he must have had a stressful weekend.
And you're like,
and I'm like, I'm sorry,
excuse me.
I'm sorry, what?
So he came home. You guys had the reintegration, kind of got to know each other again.
Yeah.
And then how long was it before? Well, let me go back. When he started policing again, you said that's when like things started.
So
like real life, because you're like living and working and being a married
you're
couple.
Like what normal people think of as being married.
Yeah.
Right? Like normal people being married. And again, I grew up in a very 9 to 5, 8 to 5 working conditions kind of thing. And being thrown into a shift work was new for me. So if you think about it, he worked 3 different shifts. It was day work, lates, and midnights. So you would work 5 days on for days, which is what normal people do.
Yeah.
Right. Except for those 5 days might be a Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
It might include a weekend.
Right. So it was not Monday through Friday. It was just like the 8 to 5 type thing. So that was weird because I'm ready to go out on the weekend.
Yeah.
Because again, we're like 22, 23,
Yeah.
24 years old. I'm ready to go out and do stuff. We don't have kids. We're,
like,
we're
let's go have
living this life now. Got you home. I want to go show you off, And he's like, I got to work. And I'm like, shit.
Yeah.
Right? I'm like, God damn it. And then it's 3 days off. But those 3 days off are like Monday,
Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Yeah,
right?
and you're like
I'm working. Right.
Yeah.
And then I'm at school at night trying to finish up my degree. So this was 03, 04. And then he came home 04. So 04, 5, 6, I was finishing. I was like knee deep into college and whatnot. So he was days and then lates. Lates are like 3 to 1,
Okay.
3P to 1A. Horrible shift for married.
Anybody. Yeah.
Because I'm getting off work at 3 because I'm I'm working in the school system, and he's leaving. So he leaves before I get off work, and then he comes home when I'm in bed.
Yeah.
And if that is a Monday through Friday, you don't see each other unless you wake up. You don't see each other at all for that entire week.
Yeah.
It really sucks when you have kids at
Oh my
the
gosh.
CPS
Yeah.
shift. And then he's got off for 3 days, and then he goes into his midnights. And his midnights are probably his favorite because he's a run and gunner. He loves to get into
Yeah. He's
shit.
busy.
And yeah, and he doesn't like day work because brass is always around.
Yeah, and it's always the
you're
dumb complaints of like you locked your keys in your car.
100%. You act like you know.
Been there before.
You talk like you've done this before. So midnights is probably his favorite, right? And then they ended up probably being my favorite because
They were home dinner
was
time.
home, right? And then even after we had kids, I would say the hardest part was on the weekends if he worked midnights because after
Try to
Patton,
keep him busy.
yeah, we would always have to leave the house because he's a kid, right?
Yeah,
He's
kids aren't going to be quiet so daddy can sleep.
right. So that is probably the good side of that and bad side of that. But the missing, like in the beginning, I told you that we did everything as a family, growing up. He wasn't there for
A lot of those things.
a lot of things,
Yeah.
especially coming off of a deployment. He kind of felt guilty, like with people that did have families, kids and whatnot. He's
like, I got to pick up the Christmas Eve shift so they can be with their
so
kid.
they can be with their families and
Yeah.
stuff like that. So there was a lot of times that we didn't have. And I will say in the very early beginnings, everyone was always asking, where's Matt? But then it just ended up being, oh, Matt's working. Matt's working. Matt's working.
Yeah.
Yeah, Matt's working.
Yeah, like I swear, I really do have a husband.
I do,
He's
I
not
do.
he's not a ghost.
And if we celebrated something in Wycomico County, then he would
He
try
could
to stop
stop
by.
in.
But if we were a lot of my family lives in Worcester County, and you can't take your cars out of the county. So if he was working and we were at my aunt's house or any of my cousin's houses, he couldn't come,
Yeah.
And then he doesn't, when he's done with a shift, he's done. Like, he's exhausted. Like, because he gives 120% of himself
For everything, yeah.
everything he does. And so he's exhausted when he's done. Like, he just wants to come home and relax, take a shower, immediately take a shower,
Yeah.
and get in the shower, right? So, yeah. So that's literally the
Yeah.
life of a cop for a long time.
Oh, yeah. And did you, like, being a younger person, dating a cop, like, policing in the area that you live, as, like, a woman, how did, like, and then do you feel like did that make you comfortable or uncomfortable? Especially, and your school teacher, so. Or working in schools.
Unwritten rules almost. He doesn't like pictures up like in my classroom of him.
Sure, yeah.
There was an incident when I was still in college. I was working at a school system where one of the little boys that I was an in-school suspension teacher. One while I was going through college, and one of the little boys who was common in my room, his dad was on Wycomico County's Most Wanted.
Oh gosh.
That morning, and he was having quite the morning.
I'm sure.
You know, and you know how they on the news they have those little segments.
Yeah.
So his dad's face was
Oh gosh,
right
poor
up,
kid.
right?
Yeah.
And he obviously had seen it. He was having one heck of a day, and he's like, "Your husband's a cop, right?" And I'm like, "No, I don't know what you're talking about." Like, what the heck?
Like,
Like he's like a 4th, 5th, or 6th grader.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, I don't know what you're talking about. Like, how does he know this? Like,
Yeah.
because I did not talk about
Right.
it at all because I didn't know. Once Matt got into a little more of like started canine, started all of his specialties that he did, that's when it really started to be. We didn't talk about it at all. Like nobody knew a whole lot. Just because you don't know who you're surrounded by, or the
No.
family members that you're surrounded by.
Yeah.
So you don't want them to know too much, right? I remember we never drove in the cop car. Like maybe twice, like before kids. I didn't know. In a marked police car, I don't think my kids have ever been in a marked police car. We never did that because when you're in a car and even if you're off duty, you see something, you have to pull over and stop.
Yeah.
But I remember specifically, he had to pick me up from something. I don't remember exactly what it was, but he did have to pick me up. And it was just me. And he saw this lady like swerving or whatever. So he pulled her over and he's just like, "Don't you say a word.
Don't get out of this car."
Don't get out of the car. And I'm like, I'm not 12. Like I have a brain. I'm not going to do anything stupid. So he calls it out and he walks up and like, she's giving him hell. So he puts the window down in his car, and she's giving him hell. And I'm like, what is she yelling? So I turned the radio down, like the radio down, and they're coming over the radio. Now he's plain clothes, right? So he has his badge around his neck, has his gun, but he doesn't have his radio. And I can hear on the radio, they're calling 274,
Yeah.
are you okay? Whatever, Ocean King, whatever. And I'm like, he said, don't touch anything, but they're
Like, what do
asking
I
if he's
do?
okay,
What do
and
I
he is
do?
okay, and I want to let him know that he's okay, and I'm not touching shit because I'm gonna hit a wrong button.
Like, I'm gonna get in trouble.
Siren on. But she's giving him hell. She's like, you pull me over because I'm a white woman, and I'm like, he's a white man.
You're like, I don't think that's why.
I don't think that's why he pulled you over, lady. Like, but this is the crazy shit.
Like you get a front row seat to the stuff they deal with every day.
Right. And so that was eye-opening for me because he would very seldom tell me about some of the stories. But
yeah, I'm sure he picked and choose.
Yeah, he did not talk about anything.
Yeah.
He held it all in. He never talked about anything unless it was super crazy, right? Or he was extremely proud of it. He would tell me about those things. But regular everyday stuff, I didn't know anything. I didn't know really his area of patrol. I knew where he was, but I didn't know anything that was going on.
Right.
So no, I did not talk about anything with anybody. And that had to be learned because I'm an oversharer. And so I had to learn to not overshare, especially about that, but no pictures.
Yeah.
So no pictures up in the classroom. And we have another friend who, she works in a city school and her husband is a city cop. And he had arrested her or him father. And the kids were in the house and he had recognized the picture, So she no longer puts pictures
like,
up in her room either. So, I mean, it's not just a me thing. It's not just a Matt thing. It's
Oh
just
no, I feel like it's a police wife thing.
Yeah. Like
I mean, even if like, so we didn't, I'm not in a school system, but we were at Reese's kindergarten orientation. And it was the time where we lived in the town that TJ worked in. And like, here's a guy he just tased a couple weeks ago. And we're like, that's awkward.
Yep. Going out. Oh my gosh.
yeah.
And we were still young. So we were
Yeah.
still going out.
Yeah.
And you would go to Mulligan's or you would go, like, aging myself again there. But like, you would go out and he would get like super tense. And
Yeah, you
I'm
can
like,
see their body language change. And you're like, I'm
100%.
just going to keep walking.
Yep, 100%. And I'm like, somebody in here? He's like, yep. And I'm like, motherfucker.
Like, I just want to have a good night.
I just want to go out and have fun. So those things definitely had to be learned because it's trial by error.
Yeah.
It is. It's trial by error. Yeah.
I mean, even like to this day, TJ and I walked into an outlet. We were with Reese was with us, and it was somebody that TJ had arrested a while ago. But it was like somebody that TJ knew from town. Like they had known each other growing up, and a whole bunch of drug charges and stuff. And so it's not like he doesn't know who he is.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So like even now to this day, and I'm like, hey, let's go this way, Reese. Like, because like, you know, TJ's like, oh man, how are you? And the guy was like, don't fucking talk to me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And we're like, okay, we're gonna keep going.
Like, you don't want that face association either.
No,
right?
and honestly, like I don't want to be a liability for him, right? Like, you know, when people get arrested, they don't say great things.
No.
They're not happy. So like, if they're gonna say, I'm gonna kill your fucking wife, and you're like, I don't know how my husband's gonna react to that. Yeah. You know what I mean? So it's like you don't want to make yourself a liability for them either. Yep. You know what I mean? So
100%. I remember I was I think the second time I was in his cop car, he had picked me up from a doctor's appointment, and I was gonna show him like a mole or something. Like, oh my, he was like, "What are you doing?" And I'm like,
I don't know.
He's just like, "You're in the front seat of a police car, and you're going to like lift your shirt up," and I'm like, "Never think about that." Okay,
Yeah.
you got a point. Like, I'm not like trying to show anybody anything, but it was like, you know, he was just like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "Nothing." I'll show you when we get home.
Yeah.
Like, I think I had like a mole removed or something, but it was like up here. And I was, you know, and just show him.
Yeah, see what happened.
But not when you're in a police car. You don't want to, you know what I mean? Like,
you're like, okay.
It's just
things
shit
you don't
just
think
don't
about.
think about, right?
Yeah.
The shit you don't think about.
So he went back to work as a police officer. And then how long after he got home from his first deployment did he have his second deployment?
So in between major deployments, he got activated again in 2006 for Border Patrol.
Okay.
It wasn't very long, but he was down in like Arizona. So the guard took him that was more like a vacation. Like looking at his pictures, he was staying at like a 5-star resort. It actually cost us money for him to go
lost
down
money
there.
on that deployment.
Right. So he got that activation, but you know, every now and then it's just nice to send him away. Is what our joke was.
I used to joke that shift work was the secret to a happy marriage.
100%. Once you figured it out, like the first few months are rocky.
Yeah, once your expectations are settled and you're like, okay.
100%.
I'm like, oh, I'm having cereal for dinner tonight. Yes.
Yes.
Like,
I don't have to shave my legs for like 4 days. What?
listen.
Great.
Yeah.
So, So that was kind of our joke at that point, because realistically from 2001 to 2006, we had been apart more than we had been together.
Right. Yeah.
Realistically. And so when he got activated to go down to the border mission, people were like, "Oh my gosh, Crystal, I am so sorry." I'm like,
girl,
what are you talking about? This is like a month without him. Like, dude, this is awesome. Like, and he's gonna have a great time. He's all rugged. He loves that kind of stuff. You know, he just loves it. Like,
yeah.
that's what people don't understand, is the one thing that I fell in love with Matt is his passion for everything. Yeah. Unfortunately, it's that passion that just continuously takes him away from me all the time. But he's dedicated to all of it. Right. So, and I'm just along for the ride. I'm just along for the ride. So yes, so he was activated in 2006, and then 2007, 2008 was his Iraq deployment.
Okay.
So as our life is, he had decided that he was kind of done, tired, needed a break, whatever you want to use verbiage wise, from being MP.
Okay.
So he went and got a different MOS, and he was now a Cav Scout. What
does that mean?
So, all right. So most people think of Cav Scout is the Stetsons, the cross, or the
spurs.
Heel spurs, stuff like that. Like that's what people think of as Cav Scout, right? So they're the people that go out
first, probably.
Right.
Sounds like.
And then retail back in. Okay, so he had changed units. So now he's left Salisbury unit and gone to Easton.
Okay.
The Easton, right, the barrack, it's a brand new building now, but back then it was like just the old crumbly building next door to like the state police barrack in Easton when you're going through.
Okay.
And so I didn't know anybody, all new. I'm 1 or 2 drill weekends. He comes home and says, "Guess what? I'm getting activated again."
And you're like, let's give it.
I'm like, "Are you fucking kidding me?" Like,
Like you just switched units and now they're going.
seriously,
Of course.
it was literally drill 1 or drill 2
Oh my gosh.
that he got the news that he was leaving again. And I'm like, "Are you kidding me?" But this is kind of like where this is where like the hurdles started coming in, because once he realized what they were going for, they were going back to do like an MP mission. So he was
like,
pissed.
he got out of MP because he didn't want to do MP into this new unit, and now they're going back to do MP stuff in a different unit. Yeah.
And so this deployment, they left out of the Annapolis, the Navy
Navy Yard.
That's where they activated out of that. Again, we're on the front news of the newspaper, hugging, saying goodbye. I don't know how they continuously do this, but there we are again. And that was another thing, is we're pretty private in that sense. Like,
Yeah.
nobody, like if we're going on vacation, it's totally the cop thing. Like,
We're not telling that we're away because our house is up. Yeah.
all these things. And, your house is an open door at that point, right? So there we are on the front page again.
Yeah.
I'm leaving for a year and to go to Iraq this time, and so he hates that kind of stuff. But you're not going to stop the press. They're going to be able to put what they want. So he leaves for that. I will say he left out of there and then went, I don't know if that's, but I got to see him again before he left. That one was New Jersey again. So he deployed out of Fort Dix, New Jersey again for that one. But we went to the Navy Yard, saw him like huge, like
big ships and
big,
stuff.
well, it was all for show. Everything big show, sending him to Iraq. And then 2 weeks later or so, I got to see him again in New Jersey. They were connected with a different unit. I can't remember the unit that they were attached to. But so I got to see him then, see him off, and I remember Brian Daughters, he's retired now, but I want to say PG County cop or whatever. Brian's probably 6'5", 6'6", 6'7", something like that.
Big dude.
Just a big dude. And the families are out here and the guys are all like lining up or whatever. And I'm like, I want Matt to be with him.
Like, yeah, like you got to be with this big guy.
I want him to be with that guy right there. I don't know who this guy is, but that's who I want him with, because Matt's this big. And Brian, and I didn't know Brian at the time, but I'm like, and he's going to be the target. That's who I want Matt with. That's how my brain is working at this point. Yeah. So demonic, so crazy. And Brian is this amazing guy, and I love him to death, and I would never want anything happen to him. He and his wife are amazing. But that's how my brain has to, like, make it work. I have to find something funny in it, or I would just
crumble. Yeah.
So he leaves from there. He gets over to Iraq. It is a little different. He's working in like a jail or something. And he's E5, E6, something like that.
So not a newbie.
No, definitely not. But what's funny is, again, I'm new to this unit, but I'm the old woman. I'm the old woman now, because I've been through a deployment. I'm 27. I'm 27. But I'm the one who, like, all these young girls are like asking the questions for. I know better now. I am knee deep in the FRG.
Yep, you're like, I'm all involved in all my support systems.
I want to know everything that needs to be known. We're still working on the cards again, but it's getting a little better. Mm-hmm. He calls a little more often. There's no Haji music playing now, but you still know, you can hear like a click. And so you're being recorded. Mm-hmm. You kind of get roughed back up onto the operational security stuff, which you can and cannot talk about. But now, I think at that point, we've moved to Facebook. And the unit is like putting stuff out.
Okay, so a little more specific, detailed stuff.
Yes, and like a little more, like if I can share that. But what he was doing, I mean, they were working long shifts. Like, he was exhausted.
I'm sure.
And just frustrated. His unit, like, he got put with a unit that was not his unit, and separation from people, and he was resentment for stuff. And he was dealing with some pretty bad people that were doing things to Americans that he didn't, we don't agree with.
Yeah.
But he has to treat them with respect and
Mm-hmm.
give them their a la time and give them all. And
Just like a battle of your like morals just going on constantly.
perfect. Yes.
Yeah.
Perfectly said. I don't know if you remember like the deck of cards.
Mm-hmm.
All the people,
Yeah.
like he saw
A lot
that's
of
who
those.
he was dealing
Yeah.
with, people like that. And he was angry. Like he was angry. I don't think that was his best deployment.
Yeah.
And he had a hard time. And I knew that. And going through the FRG, I knew you don't bring home matters in. No problems from home. They're dealing with enough.
Mm-hmm.
So you just suck it up and you deal with them. And even if you're lying, you're telling them that everything is fine. Everything's
Yeah.
taken care of.
Like, we're fine.
Right? Everything's great. Everything is great. So that was just a super stressful time. And right before he left is when we had decided that we were going to try to start having a baby.
Mm-hmm.
And I knew my body didn't work like normal, so we knew it was going to be a little bit
Process, yeah.
but we didn't realize how far into it that we were going to have to go. So we were trying for about a year before he got deployed and nothing was happening.
Mm-hmm.
And we had just gone back to the doctor, and the doctor was like, we're going to have to take this to the next step if you're serious about this. And then he got deployed. So we obviously put everything on hold. So that stress was there. Right?
Yeah.
We were still living in his original childhood home, that old home. I do remember his dad and stepmom they owned the lot next door to it as well. And they were working on there's like a little shed over there, and they were working on like sealing the roof or something. And they were like, so you guys are going to be moving out when Matt gets back from deployment, right? And I'm like, I mean, we were thinking about looking for a house. Yeah, like definitely. And they were very much pushing for that because they wanted to get rid of their house and move into that house.
Okay.
Remodel that house. But it was going to take a good amount of time because it's an old house. It was like 1940s
Oh, yeah.
style house. So all the wiring, all the stuff had to be redone. So they were really pushing that.
And you're like, okay.
Yeah. So yeah, there's that. I'm like, okay. So on the tail end of him, I had started looking for homes. I had contacted our realtor, or a realtor that we both knew. She had gotten us in connection with the financial guy, So I'm kind of doing all those things on my own, trying to talk to him when he did call, like, what are you looking for in a house? He's like, move-in ready. I don't want to do shit.
I want to walk in and put my clothes away.
100%. He wants a driveway. He wants a garage. He doesn't want to paint. He doesn't want to have to put carpet in. He literally wants showroom ready, move in.
And you're like, okay.
So I'm like, everything now, giving it to our realtor, I look at a few homes before Matt gets home. To me, that's very stressful because there was two things. First deployment, don't buy a house and don't buy vehicles.
Mm-hmm.
So the first deployment, I bought a truck before he came in with his blessing, but I bought a truck. It had waiting for him. Oh God, funny story. Oh my God, it just dawned on me. So I had a blue Buick Regal, and then he had this little green Eagle Talon.
Oh gosh,
it looked like a little Matchbox car, right? The entire time we dated and everything. And before he came home from his last deployment, my dad, who he's a mechanic, but he works at a car dealership, this truck came in, and it is like the truck that Matt had talked about to my dad. My dad's like, this truck,
is it.
He just put on the like, it is yours if you want it. Like, I've already talked to Dale, da 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 da. So I'm getting again, I go through the process to get a hold of Matt. I'm sending him, pictures from
camera.
You got to get them developed, and then you know what I mean. Get them on a disc so you can put them on.
So you can see them. Yeah. Oh my God.
So I'm like taking pictures. He's like, yeah, buy the car or buy the truck, whatever. So I buy the truck. My car, my dad sells because it was technically my dad's car.
Yeah.
I was just driving it because I was spoiled, right? So now it is this silver Dodge, and
The eagle
the
talon.
eagle talon sitting in the driveway. And our mail lady, very small rural community. Okay.
Yeah, so you know who she is.
No stoplights. Like you blink, you miss the whole area. Right. And so everybody knows everybody. Everybody knows everybody's business. And starts a rumor.
Oh my God, that's
I'm
a different
sleeping
truck.
with somebody that has a silver Dodge, and I have the nerve to have them staying at Matt's house. Like,
Oh,
great time. So anyway, so he
my
comes home.
God.
He's ecstatic about his truck. He's loving life, whatever.
But now he's hearing this rumor that you were sleeping with
Oh
somebody.
yeah,
Oh
and
my
he
God.
knows obviously.
Yeah, he's
better
like,
because
"Geez, a piece."
he gave me permission to buy this truck, kind of thing. So we pull up to the gas station. Like Matt's been home like a week, maybe. We pull up to the gas station, and who pulls up on the other side of the pump is the mail lady.
You're like,
he's
"It's my
just
husband."
so and so. Look at my new truck that Crystal bought me while I was gone. And
Was
I'm
she
like, this is perfect. You can't make this up. You can't make this up. Like, I could not have written a script that this would have ever played out. It was those types of things that
Oh my gosh.
people don't think about. Like, but that's the shit. Oh, we were talked about so bad. Like, I was
my God.
pregnant. That's why we eloped. That's why we got married so quick. I was pregnant. And I'm like, fool on you. I can't even have babies.
Like, just kidding. Yeah.
All of the rumors, and because I was a come here for that area, right? I was born and raised in Salisbury.
Yeah.
For me to go to
That
that area, that very rural area, it was just, I don't know. I was
crazy.
talked about quite a bit. And I don't know. I guess maybe he was quite the catch. I don't know.
They're like,
but people
"Oh my
were
God."
pretty mad. But anyway, but those are also the types of things that.
I feel like women that are like when their husbands aren't like, I don't know why people think like that women are just gonna be out all the time looking for something.
Right.
Like,
So when I would go, Nikki and I would go out. We would go to the Y and work out, and then we would go to Mulligan's and get cheesy bread.
because of your wild and crazy night.
Because that's what you do, right?
Yeah.
And then I might stay over there until like late at night. And God love him. I love him so much. Matt Cook, I guess, had talked to Matt or something. He had seen the eagle talon coming from Mardella at like 2 a.m.
Yeah.
And Matt's like, she was over to Chad's house or, over to Nikki's house or whatever. Like, I mean, they kept him in touch. Like,
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, he had his ways of finding out.
yeah.
He was like, so what were you doing?
At 2 a.m. and you're like, you were in Iraq.
Right? How do you know this shit? Right? How do you know this?
That's so funny.
So yeah.
And how long was that deployment in? Well, I'm sorry. Let me get back. I had a question. So, like, could you hear in his voice when you spoke to him, like, how frustrated and upset and just how he was not?
Yeah, he was. So we did get to come home on R&R.
Okay.
It was sometime in the fall. And when he came home, of course, as soon as like his family found out that he was coming home, plans were being made, right?
Oh,
He was just like,
sure.
no, I don't want
big
anything.
thing.
I
Yeah.
want nothing to do with anybody. He was like, what I want you to do, Crystal, is I want to go somewhere. I want to do something, just you and I, just go do something. And I'm like, okay. So I found a little cabin in Virginia. We rented it around like Luray Caverns area. And that's what we did. As soon as I picked him up off the
you went.
plane, we kind of like packed our bags and that's where we went. We were there for most of the time. And then he was fine then. Like he was fine. But again, I'm a stress eater, so I'd gained more weight. So I was worried about what he was going to think about my weight gain and stuff like that. And then he didn't say a word. Like he was just so good about that kind of stuff, He was fine the entire time he was home and we were together.
Right.
But soon as he was getting ready to leave again, like the day or two before,
Like the Sunday scaries, like it was creeping in.
Yep. And he gets real quiet again. He's snippy, like short, not necessarily with me, but just with things
In general, yeah.
Just in general. I think he was trying to like wash my car or wash his truck or something like that. Something that I see him out and he's like throws something. That's just not him.
Yeah.
I think he was just trying to be as normal as possible while he was home. But just knowing that he has to go back to a place that he is not
That he doesn't
happy.
want to be. Yeah.
I know it sounds weird because it's Iraq and why would anybody be happy to be in Iraq? But he was definitely not happy when he was there. So we we did that. You go. I'm still doing the FRG thing, finding out information. People are, we're sending care packages and whatnot, trying to
brighten it as much as you can.
much as possible. I found, somebody was like, well, this is what we did. So they put like things inside that were like unexpected, things from home, like put stuff in a plastic baggie that has your smell on it, and it's things that you just didn't think about before.
Yeah.
Just to give him that like I'm home
Feeling.
kind of feel. So we did that. Try to, talked around. They were trying to send him cards and stuff like that more, to get that home feeling. Because I think that when he was home for the little bit of time, I think they felt it too. Like family members felt it too.
Like the heaviness of him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So when he came home, I think he was gone. I don't know if that deployment felt like it was shorter. That one might have been less boots on ground time. That might have been like a 9 month, like altogether.
Okay.
Maybe 10 months, something like that. But when he came home, that was definitely different. He was, so in between, I think he had his first dog, and his dog got taken away from him because he was getting deployed. So Rocket, who was an amazing dog, got taken away. He had to be replaced. He was still a working dog, right?
Yeah.
So he got placed with another handler who was amazing with him and loved him just as much as we did.
That's a huge loss for a handler.
Huge, right?
Yeah. For anybody whose husband has been a canine.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah.
All of it.
Yeah.
So then when he got home, they have to give him another dog.
Oh, how'd that go?
And he gets Maya, who is a Belgian Malinois. Crazy dog. She ate my bras. She ate my hats.
What do they call them? Alligators?
She is crazy. She tried to eat my chihuahua. Like, she was crazy.
Oh, my God.
But the sweetest crazy you can imagine.
Just like, hi.
So much freaking energy.
Yeah.
Right? Like, so anyway, when we get home.
And Rocket, was he a shepherd?
Rocket was our shepherd. Huge.
So that's just a big personality shift. Yeah.
Yes. And Rocket was dual purpose.
Okay. So
and Maya
patrol
was just drug.
And drug. Okay.
So yeah, so he was used to, being able to send.
Just a totally different dog.
Right,
yeah.
and it's not. Now this is just drug dog. But but when he gets home, immediately, like within the first month, we buy a house.
Yeah.
Right? Because we don't do anything
slow.
Everything is 5,000 miles per hour. And this has been our life since 2001. 5,000 miles an hour, nonstop, ups and downs, craziness. And so we buy a house almost immediately. Like the second or third house we look at when he comes home.
Yeah.
We're buying a house. And like literally, I think it was like within the month, like his dad backs a trailer up and it's got like all of our junk that was in the attic and everything.
Oh, here you go.
And he's like, here, we need to clean the attic out because we got to do it. We're like, okay. We're still trying to get reintegrated, right?
Yeah.
So that one is the 30, 60, 90 day. So you have to go through a 30-day process where you go and you reintegrate. And then it's a 60 days out and then 90 days out. And basically,
what do they mean by reintegrate?
So after the 30-day, you go. And so the guys are still, I think, on orders at that point. Like they can't just go to work. You have to go through this process. So
is it like medical, psych, like all the things?
And they send you to like these really nice like DoubleTree hotels, and it's like the conference centers or whatever.
Yeah.
And you go and you have to go to all these little like to a psychologist and talk about your feelings, and on the women or the spouses have to go, and then you reconnect in the middle kind of thing.
Yeah.
And it's like, here's the information for you as a spouse. If you start to notice any of these
symptoms,
these are the things. Now because I was at this point probably chest deep into FRG. I knew all of what we were going to be talking about, because I think I was, for that deployment, I think I was actually on the little board to like look, guys, this is the stuff that they really need.
Yeah.
Like, this is the stuff that the guys really need. They still don't want to do it. Like,
right.
Nobody
100%,
wants to do it. Nobody wants to talk about your feelings. Nobody wants to do that. But you do, or at least you sit there and
Yeah.
you eat their food and you know, whatever. And you have the camaraderie of being with the people that you've been with and
Yeah.
feel safe with. But at that point, you don't want to let go either. Like, you want to be like I wanted to be attached to him, but he did not want attachment. He wanted
Yeah.
to be like, you know. So that's reintegration. You go and they do. They give you all these resources. Military One Source was huge. They give you all these resources for the signs, the symptoms, and all of that. Talk about your feeling, what to look for. Here's all your free stuff. Thank you for doing everything you did for the year. Here's all this free junk, basically, but
Yeah.
whatever. And then 60 days, little less of that kind of stuff. And then 90 days, just like, you good?
How we doing? Yeah.
You
Okay.
good? Okay. And
Let's
then
go have
you
a
go back
beer.
to work.
Yeah.
Right? Okay. Go back to work.
Yeah.
So, but he was definitely different after that one. And like, I was like, how much do you want me to like talk about?
Yeah.
We were talking
Like,
about.
how
He was
much
just
am I
like-
allowed to share when
and
I
it
go
wasn't
here?
bad. I mean, he's nothing like super crazy. He was just different. Like, we had a lot of talks, like sitting on the edge of the bed. Like, I was constantly like, what's wrong? Like, what's wrong? He's like, I don't know what's wrong.
Yeah. Like,
Like, I
I just
don't
don't feel
know.
right. Yeah.
Something's just, I don't know. It's just me. Like, and he was kind of became like a little loner at the house kind of thing. Like we ate dinner together when he was home, you know, whatever. Just hard conversations. Like, it wasn't just simple, easy conversation.
Like, you felt like you were pulling to get
Because
any
he was
connection.
not talking about anything.
Yeah.
And he couldn't talk about a lot of stuff that he did over there. So again, it was right back to, I'm having to tell him everything. But this time, instead of being on the phone, we're face to face.
Yeah.
He couldn't talk to me about all the things. And it wasn't until he finally got to go back to work where things started to get a little more normal. But there was a time where he was like, he had gone to, so I guess as a police officer, like with teaching, you have to do so many like PD hours.
Yeah. Like continuing ed kind of stuff.
Yes. And I guess when you're a police officer, you have to do those types of things as well. So he had to do some of that stuff to get back into being able to get credentialed again or whatever.
Yeah.
So he had gone and he went to something, and this guy was talking about how horrible his life was, and he had to realize that, you know, people have it worse than I do.
Yeah.
You know, like he had lost his son, his wife left him, he was, I don't know, like, you name it.
Like a
This
whole
poor
country
guy
song.
had been like, yeah, a whole country song, right? And I think that was kind of a turning point for Matt. Like
a little light bulb was like, poof.
yeah. So he started to talk finally, right? We started to like, he finally was able to like tell me, I guess that's where the patience comes in, right?
Yeah.
He finally was able to like, just kind of like tell me like why he was so pissed off at the world. You know, he was having to take care of these people that he does not want to take care of. Like, they were
Yeah.
literally coming in with blood on their hands
And you're like,
from Americans, and
Yeah.
he had to take care of them and be respectful to them, and he did, but it ate him up inside. So like asking him, I was like, can I talk about that? He's like, I don't care. You know, at this point he's like,
Yeah.
it is what it is, you know. But that, and I don't think a lot of that group of Iraq guys that did what he did, I don't think they talked about it much. Because
Yeah.
they were mad. They were just mad at the world for
well,
having
you're
to do what they
sitting
did.
in that evil. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, you're not
It was not going out on like,
going out on a road trip.
yep.
Yeah, and like interacting with kids and
Yep.
being that community. You know, I feel like some folks like we
Like,
had
he was in a jail,
yeah,
guarding
that's
a
hard.
jail of all of these
Really bad guys.
all the time, and that's all he did.
Yeah,
At least when he was in Afghanistan the first time, he was able to go out on like little missions or whatever. And like, I remember one picture, he's standing there and he's getting like he's getting some type of an award, and he's got his glasses on, and he's like something shiny on his face, and I'm like, what is that? He had gotten hit by the butt of his gun from a jingle truck. They call them jingle trucks. They're like huge trucks that have like pieces of metal all around them, and when they drive, they sound like they're jingling. So it's a jingle truck. And I guess they had gotten in an accident with one or something, and the butt of his gun, as it was out, like came back and like hit him, and it like busted his lip all up and whatever. And I'm like, what? But that's like a picture that his unit had put out,
and you're like,
and I'm like, what's wrong with him?
what's wrong with his face?
Look, of course he didn't tell me anything about it, right?
No.
But he didn't. He, as bad as that may sound, he wasn't able to do any of those types of things
Yeah.
when he was in Iraq. So literally he was in a jail
Yeah.
all day long. Like he
And
was a
that's-
prisoner. And
ugh.
so he kind of held that resentment, I guess.
Yeah. Held on to it. And then once he got back to work and had those things, like he could slowly
Yep.
get rid of it a little
And then,
bit.
I mean, military but being a cop that's his passion. That's what
Yeah.
he, it's what he wanted. So to get back to work is what he wanted.
Yeah. Break. All right, we're going to take a quick break. All right, well, we're back from break. And so I really wanted to touch back on so he came home, got back to work, and then I know you guys had just bought a house, and now you're like, okay, let's start a family.
Yes.
And I know you had said like your fertility journey had kind of got put on pause for this deployment.
Yes.
So then, you're dealing with infertility, navigating this life. And so like emotionally, how are you handling that?
So I learned early on, I build walls. I didn't know I would build walls, but looking back, like I build walls. And I'm a good fake it till you make it kind of a person. And so
Well, unfortunately, you were told to for a
Yes.
long time as a military. So you can't tell them anything's wrong at home.
Nope.
Everything's fine.
Maybe that's where it came from. But I build these walls, and I mean they're pretty indestructible too. And it's like if you have a wall, I kind of like look around each side of it, look over it, and live life. Live in life. But that wall is up, and that wall is definitely around my emotions and quite a few. I mean, just throughout our entire time together. I think that's how I've survived. I just put up that wall and
Just kept shoving that emotion down a little bit.
100%.
We're not going to deal with that right now. We got this to deal with right now.
That over here. We'll talk about that later. We'll deal with that later. And I'm serious. Like that's
Yeah.
obviously everybody out there is probably going to be like, that's the worst thing you can do.
Well, sure,
But it
but
works
in the
for me.
moment, you're like, I'm surviving.
It's survival mode.
Yeah.
100%.
Like multiple deployments, and now we have this infertility and a
Yep.
husband that's, emotionally struggling from
Yep.
the, deployments.
Well,
Yeah,
and I
like-
think also his stress of coming home, immediately buying a house, because, buying a house is so much fun.
yeah.
But doing that, and then, it was, once we got back into it, his idea was let's just try to start having a baby again, because we knew it was going to be quite the process. At this point now we know.
Yeah.
So we start that process. We're going up to Annapolis, I don't know, maybe once a month or so, and then it starts to be almost every day I'm going to Annapolis for things. But I'm also, at the same time, finishing college. Like
Oh, gosh. Yeah.
and I graduated in 09. So that 07, 08 was the deployment. And then when he came back, like it is full speed ahead, right? Like we are starting with the fertility journey. I'm doing my internship for college or for teaching. He's getting back into work. He's got this new dog. He's learning the dog. The dog ends up getting sick. I'm going to say it wrong. I'm pretty sure Rocky spotted fever, whatever.
Yeah.
He gets bit by a tick, and it affects her joints and whatnot. So she has to be medically retired. We didn't have her very long. That attachment is there though, right?
Oh, yeah, they immediately are attached, yeah.
As much of a pain in the butt as she was. God, she was such a sweet pain in the butt. So we, he's going through that. They offer him another dog, so he gets a new dog. He has to go away for a couple weeks
For training.
training the dog, or he being trained, I guess, to the dog. So getting acclimated back in, I'm thinking the most normal part, where that 30, 60 day, 90 day,
Yeah.
and then it's again full speed ahead. And then, so we're going back and forth to Shady Grove for fertility. And it's just not working. Like things are just not happening.
Yeah.
It was January comes around, and this is January 09, I think it was 09. And nurse that you talked to, her name was Crystal as well. And I was like, Crystal, I can't do this anymore. Because it's a full-time job. Like,
Yeah,
when
it's
you're
a
going through
lot.
fertility treatment, it is a full-time job. And I was, so I graduated and I got a teaching job. I was a special ed teacher. And so my entire first year of teaching, I was traveling back and forth. Thankfully, I had a good principal that was like understanding of personal stuff and family first. He understood a lot of things he didn't always understand, but he understood that at least.
Yeah.
I had great coworkers that didn't really know me from Adam, but they were supportive. Because I would leave my house at like 5 a.m, drive to Annapolis.
Oh gosh.
I mean, like, beat the time coming back to get to back to school by 8:30.
Oh my
and
gosh.
we're an early start school, so I'm only missing about a half an hour of class, but I've already been up since 4:30.
Yeah.
Right, I've already worked half a day.
Yeah.
Traveled to Annapolis and back, for an ultrasound or for blood work, or because at that
gosh.
point they didn't have anything
Anything
there was
closer.
no satellites down
Yeah.
here, satellite offices down here. So we were kind of like living that back and forth, and Matt would come with me every now and then if he could,
Yeah.
but he was back to shift work, so
Yeah.
you know, they say it only takes two, but it doesn't. It takes
a
a lot
village,
more
yeah.
than two people to have a baby. But we were doing that back and forth, and finally in January I was like, I can't do this anymore. I'm exhausted. My body is exhausted.
Yeah.
January we got new insurance cards, and we had to basically start the process over. So your insurance company, they know best. And there's a check sheet, and they literally is a check sheet that they showed us that we have to go through all these different processes.
Before you can get back there.
And I'm like, I can't do this. Cannot do this anymore. We'll have to come up with different options. Something. She's like, why don't you just take a break? Let me go talk to your doctor. And like right now, like I'm going to go talk to your doctor. And so Matt and I are sitting there. We were in maybe the Rockville office at that point. And we're sitting there and like, what more could they possibly talk about? We just told him we were done. And he's just like, it's a business. Like, they're here to help us, but it's a business. You know what I mean? Like,
They're not trying to lose patience either.
right?
Yeah.
Looks bad on them if they can't, get a baby out of you, kind of thing. And I'm like, I just don't feel that way about them. Like, I feel like they actually care, at least because
You had a
at
close
this point,
relationship
it was like
with
a year
Yeah.
that I had been doing this, and I built that relationship with Crystal. She had been my nurse the entire time, and she came back in with the actual doctor, Dr. McKeeby, wonderful man. And he's like, okay, this is what we're gonna do. Your body, you've checked off all the boxes. I'm going to write a letter to your insurance company and saying, in my professional opinion,
We've already done
these
this.
things are not working. We need to move to the next step, which is IVF. Like, we tried IUI. We had a failed IUI. We had so many embryos. It's like, don't have sex because you will get pregnant. You don't tell somebody who's been trying to have a baby for 4 years you cannot have sex because you might get pregnant, and it would be multiples. Like, we're talking like 8 or 9.
Oh, Jesus.
Don't press the red button.
Yeah. You're like, I'm having as much as I want.
I'm having all the babies I can get. We were pushing all kinds of red buttons, and nothing happened. And that's when I was like, shit, like, what's wrong with me? Like, why?
Yeah, just like make me feel really terrible about myself. Thanks.
Yes, right?
Yeah.
Like, what is wrong with me? Why can't I do this? Like, and so Matt's dealing with his, and then I'm dealing with it, and I'm pumped full of
All this hormones.
all the hormones, right?
Oh, God.
I look like I'm 6 months pregnant. I am so pumped full of hormones. And in the meantime, I mean, this is the time where all of our friends are having babies, right?
Oh,
I can't tell you how many, from 06 to 09, how many baby showers I went to and birth announcements. And I'm so happy for every single one of them. But, like,
Inside, you're just like
inside, I'm like,
breaking.
God damn, like, when is it ever going to happen, right? When is it ever going to happen? So Dr. McKeeby, he comes in with Crystal, and they were like, all right, this is what we're going to do. We kind of have to wait until you give us the go-ahead, and that's, you just did. But I also have to do my part as a doctor and write this letter to the insurance company saying, we have exhausted all of these things. We cannot do another IUI. It's not working because I think our insurance said that you have to have like 3 failed IUIs before you can move to IVF.
The next step. Yeah.
We did one, but my body was always overproducing eggs, and you safely, you can't continue that way.
Yeah. Because they're not going to be quality.
Exactly. So, or you take the risk of having
Like a
huge multiple 8 babies, like Octomom kind of thing.
Because that worked out great.
So we went ahead and at that moment switched to
IVF.
all right, now we're going to do IVF, and this is what we're going to do, and this is your plan. And by May, I was pregnant.
Oh, wow.
So that was hard though, because my body really doesn't want to get pregnant, but once it's pregnant, it likes to stay that way. So I was then miserable,
like miserable pregnant, like
absolutely miserable. And then I had the guilt because we worked so hard and everybody knew. Actually, that's a lie. We didn't tell anybody that we were doing IVF. Everybody knew that we were doing
like fertility
the process,
treatment,
but nobody. A lot of our friends were going through it, ironically enough. A lot of cops and teachers have hard times getting babies.
Interesting.
No, this was my medical issue, but there are a lot of us out there that have.
Yeah.
It's interesting. But like our families didn't realize the process because nobody else had gone through the process. Obviously, my dad, his side of the family is like fertile myrtles. They just look at each other and have babies. So like nobody had been through any of this. I think my one cousin, whose husband was in Desert Storm, had some issues, but then like overcame that and they were fine. But yeah, so we were the only ones that had ever gone through this. So nobody really knew the process. We were learning the process. So we ended up getting pregnant, and then I was miserable the entire time. We had actually planned a vacation to Punta Cana because why not? I'm not pregnant. It doesn't look like it's going to happen. So we might as well just plan this vacation. So we planned this like 7-day, beautiful, like all these excursions. I went there 10 weeks pregnant, so I couldn't eat any cheese. I couldn't have like any.
Yeah, and you're like, and at that time, you're not feeling great. You're just feeling like.
So I had like the wristbands on. I had the things behind my neck, like all the things. But it was on that trip that the morning sickness and everything stopped.
Oh, wow.
But I still couldn't do any of the excursions because I was not considered high risk, but.
Yeah, you don't want to go out on an ATV running all the things.
So yeah, and I was miserable. Oh God, I was miserable the entire time. And then I had that guilt of being miserable and like talking about it because
like I'm not allowed to be miserable because I fought so hard for this, but I feel so miserable.
Yeah, and now I'm miserable. And God love his little heart, he'd still be inside if he could. He was due, like I saw it happen on the screen. Like I know when I got pregnant, 10:39.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like I know when I got pregnant. He was due January 18th. And that little bugger did not come until January 31st.
Oh, my God.
And January 18th, I went to that doctor's appointment. And
you're like, do what you got to do.
And she gave me the 2-week talk. And I cried.
I remember that. I remember that talk. Like, don't be upset.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, get in there.
Do what you've got to do.
And she's like, well, we don't want to do. I remember exactly that visit because you're like so ready by that point. Like I was walking every day. I was like, let's go. Yep. I went and had a massage that was supposed to start inducing things.
Yep. All the things.
Like, let's go.
All the things. Yeah. And then I think that the one doctor's appointment was like the week later. Like they had to like end up like stripping my membranes or something. And Matt was like, I was there. I know. I know, right? And I'm just miserable. And finally, Dr. Urban came in and she was just like, "Are you ready to have this baby?"
Yeah.
Yes. So we scheduled, and
awesome.
He finally was there. In the Thunder Rolls, see?
And the Thunder Rolls, see?
That's what he is. So yeah, so we had Patton. He was born January 31st, 2011. Yeah, 2011.
Wow.
Happy. Oh my God, he was the best baby.
Oh,
the best baby. Like he popped out,
just happy and smiling.
Just like everything. Like actually, I gave birth to Matt Jones. Like he popped out, and I was like, "Good God, they got the sperm right." Like holy,
there's
moly.
No question there.
No question about that. And he to this day,
I was gonna say he still looks just like him.
Is Matt Jones.
Yeah.
Like I got nothing. I did all that work, and I got nothing.
We got the second baby. He looks like you. I think
Kyle is definitely me.
Kyle looks like you a lot.
But yeah. So Yeah, so life was pretty normal-ish, right?
Yeah, as a cop's life can be.
As that
Sure.
is, with a newborn and doing all of our things. Yeah, I don't know.
And then he had his third deployment then.
Yes.
After, how old was Patton then?
2.
2. And
Yeah,
then he
he-
had his third deployment to Afghanistan.
Yeah, he got redeployed to Afghanistan. So Afghanistan twice, Iraq once. So second deployment was Iraq. Third deployment was Afghanistan. That was 2013, 2014. Again, here he comes, hey, getting activated again. And that time was hard.
When I have a baby.
Got a baby. I mean, a 2-year-old.
Yeah, not a little one. Yeah.
Like 2. And who is amazing, right? Like, loving being a mom, love being a teacher, love being just at home. Like, we finally got into the swing of what it's like to be a family of 3. Like, life is great. So he tells me he's getting activated again. Like, immediate, like, pit of the stomach. Like,
You're like, this is going to be hard.
this one's, So this time he deploys out of the armory in like Parkville or somewhere. They have this huge like family thing. And again, somebody professionally takes a picture of Matt and he's holding Patton and like a tear is like coming down his face and like, but that was literally the epitome. Like leaving me is hard. Okay, fine. But now you're leaving Patton. Like, my thought never was like, now I'm going to be a single mom.
Right.
Right. It was always about, I mean, that came, but it didn't come until later. But it was Matt. Like, I was so worried because he holds everything in.
Yeah.
So worried about him and his mental state and all the things. That was,
Because like you experienced that with that second deployment.
yes.
It wasn't an unknown anymore. It was
Yep.
like, oh god.
Yep,
here
he
we-
holds it in. He doesn't let it out. And now he's going as like an E7 or an E8 or something like that. So now he's in charge.
Yeah. Now he's a leadership role.
Now he's in a full-on leadership role. Hindsight for him ends up being his best deployment. He is loving life. He's wearing plain clothes. Like, communication is better. Like, we could talk anytime. Like, it got to the point where I was just like, hey, can you call me back later? Like, because it was so, like, he had these types of phones that
It's like
it was
sat
not,
phones.
I don't know if it was a satellite phone. I don't remember, but just communication was just 5,000 times better. We weren't having to use calling cards. It was none of that kind of stuff. It was really like he was just kind of like living in a different place,
Right.
right? Like he
Like he could have been in California.
right.
Yeah.
Lot of FaceTiming on the phone now. Like, here, Daddy, he's walking around the house with Daddy on the phone. If he got disconnected, he'll call back.
Yeah.
It was not like sit still, like if
Like, I
he
have 10
hangs up
minutes
the
to talk to you.
phone,
Yeah.
right? It was not any of that. We had actually ended up buying Patton this cover that goes on my phone so he couldn't hit the end button. So he could like hold the phone, right? And he didn't hit the end button, but he could still like walk around. So there was that. Matt was definitely doing much better with
Right.
this deployment.
And he wasn't in that jail type setting. He
No.
was more like out
He
and
wa-
about. Like,
yes, and he was able to, like I said, he was wearing almost plain clothes. Like, I would get like Walmart order emails. Like, he was ordering from Walmart, having it delivered in Afghanistan. Like,
Who knew?
What in the world? Like, what are you ordering now? Like, what are you doing? But actually, it was actually less time for him to order online something than for me to send something to the post
wow.
office. We actually had one package that went all the way around the world, like literally in like 60 days. It got to his base. They couldn't figure it out, and it ended up coming back to me
Oh my goodness.
in like 50 pieces.
Oh my gosh, I bet.
It was horrible, but it was kind of like a joke at that point. Like, how long is it going to take for it to get back? And it took like 60 days for it to come back.
Oh my gosh.
But those care packages were fun. The FRG meetings were fun because Patton was like coloring the inside of the boxes,
Yeah.
and stuff like that. Like, constantly, he knew who Daddy was. Daddy was, fighting the bad guys. Daddy was whatever, like whatever a 2-year-old's brain who is.
Yeah.
This is all he's ever known, right?
Right,
And
yeah.
because think of it, at 2, that's when you're they're really starting to like get into things.
Yeah.
2 and 3,
Like understanding stuff.
of
Yeah.
things. So where's your daddy? He's on the telephone, right? Like, where's daddy? He's in the telephone. That's,
Yeah.
you know, how he would answer that question. He started pre-K, or not, it was like a pre-K-ish, like pre-K 2 type. So Matt missed that. Like, there was a lot of things that Matt missed.
Well, that's a huge developmental time frame. Like a 2-year-old to a 3-year-old, that's a big change.
Huge.
Yeah.
So, yes, there's that Matt was missing, and but he was starting to verbalize that, you know, I really missed, I wish I could have been there, you know, kind of thing. To just me sometimes with Patton, really, buddy, I wish I could have been there, kind of thing. There were the USO, yeah, USO. So many acronyms. Had bears and books that you could record things on. So the guys would like record things and send them home. So that was kind of cool. So he could like hear daddy's voice and his bear. Like he still has the bear. It still is on his bed. He's 15, right? Books, like we still have all the books. Like I don't know what will happen if the batteries ever go dead. Like I don't know.
Like I hope that doesn't delete the recording. You're like,
but we still have the books. We don't play the books anymore. They're just on the shelf because I'm afraid. But we have all of that. That was fun.
just a different level of connection that you can have,
yes,
you know?
yes.
Which is so nice.
So
during that deployment, you had a big health battle.
Yeah. So 2 weeks after Patton was born, going back to 2011, I was sitting in the floor pumping because my little
That's what you do.
squirt wouldn't latch on. So I'm pumping. And Matt is like laying down on the couch with me, like massaging my shoulders. And he's like, "What's that?" I'm like, "I don't know." He's just like, "It's like a lump in your neck." I'm like, "I don't know. It's February. I'm probably getting a cold, right? Like I just had a baby. Like, and it's February.
Like, I don't know. My whole body is not mine anymore.
Nothing is right. Like I'm more worried about here down. Like, whatever. So I'm like, all right, I'll just keep an eye on it. 2 or 3 weeks went by. Not still there, but I'm not sick. So make an appointment, go to my primary, and she's like, no, she's been a personal friend of ours since high school. So I know her personally. And she's like, "Crystal, I don't know. Maybe it's the hormones gathering in like a lymph node or something like that." Because it's definitely in a lymph node or definitely around that area. She was
So it just doesn't feel right.
I just don't get a good feeling about this. She was like, "Have you ever had thyroid issues before? Like, I know you went through the fertility stuff. Did they say anything about your thyroid?" And I'm like, "Girl, I don't even know what a thyroid is. Like, what's a thyroid?" So she's explaining what a thyroid is and what it does, everything.
Mm-hmm. Hormone regulation, yeah.
Right. And I'm like, "No, they never said anything about a thyroid issue." And she's like, "Okay." She's like, "I want you to have a fine needle aspiration done." And I'm like, "Oh, what?" No, I had given myself a needle
every day
for fertility for an entire year, right? So I'm not scared of needles. But she's like, they're going to basically stick it in your throat.
Jesus.
And they're going to pull out whatever is in this.
Like a sample.
And then let us know what's going on. And I'm like, "Oh, okay." So we walk into the cancer center. Like, I didn't realize that that's what it was, but that was what it was, the cancer center. And, you know, our Patton is literally
in his
an infant, right? Like
his carrier.
Maybe 2 months old. And they do this fine needle aspiration. Apparently I take it like a champ. They're like, "Yo, she's good. She's good." I'm like, "Great.
Okay, awesome."
Okay. So, it's hormones. This is the way your body is expelling of these excess hormones. Cool. But I want to send you to a surgeon just to make sure. And I'm like, okay. So I go to a surgeon and he's amazing. Absolutely amazing. But he's like, "I don't know why she sent me to you. I feel what she feels. I know it's there. Have you ever been to an endocrinologist?" And I'm like, "Who?"
Yeah, like, what's that?
I have a lot of doctors, but that is not one of them. So he's explaining to me what an endocrinologist is. So he sends me to Dr. Pramby. And I'm like, okay. So it's like, because my TSH is fine. Like, all my numbers are fine. So it takes like 6 months to get into.
I'm sure they're like, there's nothing major going
wrong,
on. Yeah.
Right. And we're not.
And there's nothing
not
flagging.
Emergency.
Yeah.
So I go to her. They do a scan. she sees me, she says, yes, you have like a grape size node on your thyroid, but your numbers are fine. You're not having any symptoms of a thyroid issue. We're just going to watch it. I'm going to send you back to Dr. Chen. He's going to look at my stuff, see what he has to say. I go to Dr. Chen. He's like, this is normal. Like for the Eastern Shore, a lot of people have these little like growths on their thyroid. It's not that big of a deal, right? And unless it starts to grow and it starts causing you issues, we're not going to do anything about it. Cool. So fast forward. So that was 11. Fast forward to 12 or 13, and it is growing, but it's not impeding anything. It's noticeable, but it's not doing anything. My numbers are still fine, all the things. So fast forward again to 13 while Matt's deployed, and now I'm having a hard time swallowing, and I am waking myself up at night, like almost choking.
Like, is it impeding your airway?
Yes, because, I was a back sleeper at that point, and it would, like, impede my airway and impede, like, I guess when you're swallowing, when you're sleeping, like, unconsciously, like, I couldn't, right? And I'm like, this is not right. But I was going once a year for a scan, and they were following it. It was getting larger, but it wasn't doing anything. But now it is. So I'm talking to Dr. Pramby, who is an amazing endocrinologist. Unfortunately, she doesn't live around here anymore. But she's like, I want to send you for another fine needle aspiration. I need to see what's going on. And I was just like, that's fine. But we're not doing anything.
Yeah, I don't have the bandwidth for this.
So schedule the appointment. Go get it. That one hurt like hell. Like, I am like all stiffed up. Like, oh my God. Like... Is this what getting old feels like? Like, a couple years ago, I did this without a problem. And now, like, and it was huge. So it's like, it's not like they had to, like, search around for it. It was huge. It came back inconclusive. And we talked, and she's like, actually, before that, she was like, if it comes back with anything, you need to have your thyroid removed. Or at least that side of your thyroid removed. I'm like, I'm not doing that. My husband is a million miles away. I have a 2-year-old at home. I am single mom in it. This is just not a good time.
Yeah, this is not on my card right now.
The Big O card does not have a thyroidectomy on it. Nowhere.
Yeah.
So she is like, all right, so this is what we'll do. We'll have the fine needle aspiration, and if any cell comes back slightly off,
she's like, we're doing this.
We're doing something. And I'm like, fine. So have it. And it comes back inconclusive. So back to Dr. Chen we go. He doesn't like what he's seeing. He's like, all right, so this is what we're going to do. We're going to take the right side of your thyroid. If we take just half of it, you don't have to
go
be
through
on
all the
medicine
pills
or anything like that, because you'll have the other side. It's working fine. Your TSH is fine. Everything's working. You'll be fine. And I'm like, now, may I remind you, the only other time I've had any type of surgery was wisdom teeth. And like the surgery to
evict Patton.
Well, I had him natural, but the surgery during IVF to extract the eggs and all the things, they did put me under for that. But we knew from my wisdom teeth that I don't do well with anesthesia. Mm-hmm. So they gave me some good meds for that procedure. But before that, I was 4. Before I had anything ever done before that. I had my appendix ruptured when I was 4. So I am not, let's go to the hospital and have a procedure done kind of a person, right? So husband's deployed. I got a 2-year-old. I'm flipping out a little bit, right? Like, what if I die?
Yeah.
Then what? Right?
Yeah. My husband's overseas. Great.
Like what's happening? So do I tell Matt? Do I not tell Matt? I tell Matt. But I don't tell him everything.
Yeah. Like, oh, they just got to take this lump out.
I'm like, they're just going to take this little lump out. I go in, they're going to take it out, and I go home that day. Like, it's an in and out procedure, not a big deal. Like, outpatient surgery. It's not that big of a deal. He's cool with that. Like, right? Not that I don't think my doctors honestly would have given me an option.
Yeah, they're like,
we're doing this.
I'm glad you think you have an option. You don't.
Yes, we're doing this.
Yeah.
Right? So I go in. I have the surgery. I do not do well with the anesthesia. They keep me overnight. I am coming out and I am like, it's crazy. Like, I am crying. I'm hot. I'm sweaty. I'm cold. I'm shivering. I do remember coming out and this lady, just amazing woman, is there, the recovery nurse, and she's talking to me. She's like, you know,
Brushing your
sweetheart, you
hair.
are fine. Da da da. She starts talking. She goes, they told me your husband's deployed, and I'm like, yeah. I think I'm talking to her. Yeah. So I'm telling her, short of all of this, Matt, she had sent letters to Matt without
Aw.
that connection. Like, she's my angel. Like, she is my angel. And Matt actually ended up flying a flag for her son, who was a Marine, who was killed while he was on active duty, but in like a motorcycle accident. Her name is Kathy Mitchell. Shout out to Kathy. She's wonderful. He had flown a flag and was giving, when he got home, gave her that flag. Like, how crazy
Yeah.
is that connection? And she happened to be my nurse in
Yeah,
the
your recovery
ER at that
nurse.
time.
Ugh.
So crazy. Anyway, she's like, you're fine. They only had to take that half, so it's not cancer. Because if it was cancer, we had talked about they were just going to take the other half. Fast forward, pathology at the hospital said it was good to go. Dr. Chin disagreed and sent it away, but I did not know that. So I go back to the doctor in 2 weeks for him to release me. I had already gone back to work, but for him to release me to go back to work. And so Dr. Chin is an amazing bedside manner, not so much. Like, he's very, very business. So the first few times I met with him, like, head down on his computer, kind of walks over on his little rolly cart, talks to you, and then kind of looks over, right? This time I was sitting in the chair, and I remember taking a selfie, like, hey, like, curly hair. Like, where did this curly hair come from? So cute. I had a little scarf on because I look like
He has a big
Frankenstein or something,
neck
right?
scar.
And I'm going back to work. Like, I'm like going back to work. So I took a half a day, meeting in the morning, or doctor appointment in the morning, going back to work. And he comes back and he sits down in the little round chair and he comes over to me. He goes, well, you have stage 2 cancer, and it's blah, 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 whatever cancer. And we're going to need to schedule your surgery to have the other part removed. I'm just,
What?
well, that's not what I was expecting you to say. And I will come back with something smart, sarcastic, funny, something that's another coping mechanism. And he was like, yeah, you need to have the other half of your thyroid removed, and we need to do it before your
Scar heals.
scar tissue starts to impede being able to do it. I'm just like, but you said it, they said it wasn't cancer. He was like, yeah, but that was pathology at the hospital. I did not like what I saw, so I sent it away for further diagnostic, and it came back that it was encapsulated and it started to open up. So it was cancer inside, but then it actually started to flange out or whatever, and it was going to start to wrap around. If we didn't take it out, it was going to start to wrap around
In your neck and your
everything.
nose. Yeah.
And so we have to take out the other side, because if that side is cancer, the other side is going to have cancer as well. And then you will have to go through your treatments, and this is all your treatments. And I'm like,
Like, wait.
what is happening? Like, I'm here by myself because I'm going back to work, right? So I go to the little thing. We schedule for the next 2 weeks, right? To get my, so I had like the 16th and the 28th were my surgeries. Schedule that. I go out and I sit in the car and I call my vice principal and I'm like, I can't come to work right now. I was just told I have cancer, and then I lost it. And she was like, Crystal, do what you got to do. So I hung up the phone and I'm like, I'm sitting in the car and I'm losing it. And this is like the first time I've cried.
So it's probably like every little thing coming
All of the
out.
things. I mean, from like real cried from like 01. Like,
yeah.
Seriously, like, cry when your baby is born, you cry when you're going through, but like the crying that I went through, like, I was dehydrated afterwards. Like shriveled me up.
Like that sob, heavy heart.
So
cry.
I call my mom's best friend, Penny, and I'm like, Penny, she's a nurse. She's a nurse, and I'm like, they just told me that I had thyroid cancer and they have to have a surgery again. And she's just like, okay, well, this is what we have to do. Blah, blah, blah. Have you told your mom yet? And I was just like,
No.
nope. She goes, you need to tell your mom. And I'm like, right. So I drive to my mom's house, which is 5-minute drive from the doctor's office. And she's on the phone with my aunt. And she goes, let me call you back. Crystal just walked in. She just got back from her doctor's appointment. So she was like, what's going on? I thought you were going to work. And I was just like, so they didn't like what they saw. And they want me to have the other side taken out. And I have to do that in 2 weeks. And she was like, okay, never said the word cancer. I never.
You're like, I'm not saying that word out loud.
Saying the word. Not telling my mom that word, right? And I'm like, so I just have to have the other side of my thyroid taken out. And then I'll have to go through this radiation stuff, and then we'll be good to go. More power to my mom, because at that point, my grandfather was going through, I think from like that point until the next week, my grandfather, same surgeon, had his spleen, I believe, taken out or done something with his spleen. He was literally being discharged as I was going in the same day.
Oh my gosh. Just a rotating door of your family in this surgery.
And she was having, and the doctor, I remember after my second surgery, my doctor was like, do you need anything? I was like, no, but my mom really is going to need something. Like,
please pop her an Ativan or something.
Right. She's going to need something. Calm her down a little bit. So yeah. So Matt is like, how's she doing? I'm like, so they didn't like what they saw.
Yeah.
Like kind of give him the same verbiage, because I've known now all the years, you don't upset the soldier.
Right.
Right. They don't need that stress.
Ugh.
So I think he kind of probably knew. He was like, do I need to come home? Like, no, basically by the time you come home, everything's going to be over with.
Yeah.
By the time we get you home, everything will be done. And you can't do anything.
Yeah.
Right. So at that appointment, we had already discussed the type of radiation. It was called radioactive iodine therapy. So basically I was quarantined before quarantining was cool.
I was going to say,
right?
With that, you can't be around like Patton for like.
So we had to make the whole plan. Like I had stayed with my mom after the first surgery, like 1 or 2 days. She kept Patton. I would just drive back over. Like, you're totally not supposed to be driving, but I would like just drive to her house, stay with him or whatever. And then I would start going back to work anyway. I healed very quickly from it. I'm pretty healthy other than all my issues. But the second surgery, they knew I don't do well with anesthesia, so they were going to keep me anyway overnight. The second surgery, because it was so close to the first surgery, wanted me to take it a little slower. So that was October 28th. I stayed overnight. October 31st, obviously Halloween. I got a 2-year-old,
Yeah.
Right? So take him out, but I take it easy. And then November, so the day before Thanksgiving, I had to start my low to no iodine diet. Because radioactive iodine attaches itself to iodine in your body, and your thyroid produces iodine. So it wants to kill all of those cells. So that's how that is a thing. So I got to eat Thanksgiving, and then started my low to no iodine diet. And then you have to like bulk up on your foods, because you have to eat the entire 2 weeks that you're quarantined. So mom and I were like in the kitchen, like frantically like making meals for me. There's a whole list of things that has to go in. I had to sleep on plastic sheets. I couldn't use plastic utensils or paper plates. I had to use everything that could go in the dishwasher. Because I was radioactive, right? The flakes of your skin, you're radioactive.
Everything coming
your
off
urine,
on you. Yeah.
The hair follicles, everything. Basically, I could go from the kitchen to the bedroom. We had a bathroom in our bedroom. I could only use that bathroom, and the couch in the living room, I had to put a cover over the couch.
Mm-hmm.
Had like Clorox wipes to wipe down the remote, stuff like that. Now, I was finishing my master's degree during this as well. And I actually, while I was quarantined, I got my congratulations.
You passed.
You passed your master's kind of thing. And tail end of that week, I got my certificate in the mail kind of thing.
Oh my gosh.
So there were some ups, right? There were some ups to it, but
was it lonely?
My family doesn't allow you to be lonely. My mom is my best friend, and my sister, my best friend. But no, you're not allowed to be
Like, no, they don't even allow you that space.
You don't. Being quarantined was great.
Listen, I'm the type of person that I'm like, I'm okay with quarantine.
Right?
Like, I'm okay with
Other than missing Patton.
Yeah.
Matt's already gone, right?
Yeah.
I will say, if it could go wrong, it went wrong before. Our bladder tank under our house ruptured or whatever it does. Quite literally, I think it was 48 hours before I was taking my my pill. And that was seriously one of the questions that they ask you while you're in the doctor's office. Do you have accurate running water, like running water in your house? Because you have to drink like a gallon of water or something, and then you have to like flush a toilet like 2 or 3 times.
Yeah, to clean out the bowl.
All
so
the
it's
things,
not, yeah.
right? And the bladder tank of the house
Why wouldn't it?
ruptures 48 or 24 hours before I'm supposed to take this pill. Now, the thing is all of this is between December 15th and the 24th. So if I didn't take the pill when I was supposed to take the pill,
Christmas.
then I would not be able to have Patton for Christmas.
Yeah.
And I'd be damned if that was happening. So
You're like, everything's fine.
Everything is fine. Everything's going to be fine. Like, so shout out to Pow Plumbing, Ricky Pow. He comes to the house and he's doing his thing, and I'm like, boy, you have no idea. We graduated together. I'm like, you have no idea. You literally are saving
Christmas
right now. I'm on the phone walking around talking, because like Matt, I walk in circles when I'm talking on the phone. I'm talking to Matt. I'm like, everything's going to be fine. He's here to fixing it right now. Blah, 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 blah. Like, everything's
At this
fine.
point, does he know the C word?
He knows.
Yeah.
He's mad that he can't be home, but there's no need to come home.
Right.
There's no need to use that to come home, because, and I think he was okay with that. And I think he understood that. I think he understands that I'm super independent at this point. I want him, but I don't need that.
Yeah.
Right. He was, I guess I would say he was very upset that he could not be there for me.
Mm-hmm.
But I tried my best to let him know
Like, I'm okay.
that I'm okay. I've got everybody here. They're not letting me like live down anything. Everything is fine. But I know it eat him up. Not being able to be there. So I did the iodine stuff. I got quarantined, did all of that. I was able to get Patton back. He wasn't allowed to like sit near me, but I was able to be with him.
Be present at least, yeah.
At Christmas Eve. Thankfully, my parents, his parents, whatnot, made Christmas happen, right? Like the toys,
Yeah.
Because I was kind of, in and out of the hospital and 2 surgeries and
Yeah, a lot.
all the things. When you would be buying Christmas presents,
Yeah.
I was
buying, wrapping, doing all the things.
Families definitely made sure that everything got done.
Well, good.
He was spoiled, like so much more than I would have probably done for him. Okay, that year he was all about like trash trucks and log trucks and all the things. Right. The gentleman across the street from us at the time was building a garage, and he would stand at the window and he's like, Bob the builder, like he was like, hey, the trash truck would come out, he's like, hey, and like the truck, they would like wave to him, like he was in it. Somebody found him a trash truck. I think my mom found him a trash truck toy and put trash in it, like so he could dump the trash. I mean, it was like stuff like that. Matt was like, get him something from me, and then Matt, I think, shipped something. He wanted me to wrap it, and like, this is from Daddy. This is all the way from Afghanistan, kind of thing.
Make it a big thing, yeah.
So we made it work. But no, being alone, no. There was never.
Like, I was fine with that.
I was okay. I was okay with that. By New Year's, everything was fine again. Like,
yeah.
By like January 4th, 5th-ish, everything was great, and I'm pretty sure I went back to work.
Probably back to work.
Everybody was fine, and everything was just what the fuck. Like,
yeah, you're like, okay, let's add one more thing. Let's just. Add
really
it in.
was, but I'm serious. Like, this is our life. Like, pedal to the metal. If it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen to us. And it's all, but nobody knew. Like, I didn't talk about it at work. Very few people knew that I had cancer at work. Just a few teachers that I work with, my principal, my vice principal. I didn't tell anybody. Not that it wasn't their business, but just personal. Like I
didn't want to
I don't
share
need
all
your
that.
sympathy. I don't need you to feel like you need to do something not genuine. I did have one, Shannon, who her husband was deployed out of a Delaware unit. Not at the same time, but she knows she's been through deployment, so she was like, anything you need, you let me know. Whatever. Matt's dad would come. My brother-in-law would come to like cut the grass, stuff like that. Like we were taken care of. Everything
Yeah.
was taken care of. By this time, we're old pros at deployment.
Yeah.
We knew what we needed to do. It was just that
Getting
whole,
into it.
thyroid thing just kind of
Really
threw a
like-
curveball.
Yeah.
But once it was done, it was done. Like that's the glorious part, I guess, about thyroid cancer is once it's done, it's done.
It's like it's a short treatment window, and it's
recovery rate is normally very, very quick and fairly painless. Like they didn't have to take lymph nodes. They didn't have to do anything like that. Like we caught it early enough. And what has it been? 13 years. Everything's been great. So, yeah, I don't wish it upon anybody. And I hate when people are like, "Oh, you had the good cancer." No,
there's no such
there
thing.
is no such thing as good cancer. But I'm glad that is the cancer that I had. If I had to have cancer,
Yeah.
and I'm glad that I'm the one that went through it and nobody else.
Right.
Like I'm glad that my sister didn't have to go through that. I'm glad, and nobody else in the family. So mine is called whatever, but it's a sporadic cancer.
Okay, so just
there's no
random.
reason for it. There's no reason.
So they didn't
Nope.
think it was linked to all the hormones. They didn't think it was like anything in particular.
No, nothing like that.
Okay.
No, sporadic.
Fun.
Because why not? Why not?
And so, when did Matt get home from that deployment?
So November. So he got home in March.
Okay.
So he
Okay.
came home in March, and that was a good
homecoming.
reuniting.
Yeah.
That was good. All whatever you can imagine, just good. Just
Yeah.
he was positive. Obviously, Patton was great. Like we had a huge party. Like it was just great. Like so, March 2013 was a great time.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was amazing, and things got back to normal pretty quick after that. Old pros.
Yeah.
Like,
you
he
had done
kinda
it
came
before,
back.
you knew.
We did the 30, 60, 90 day thing. Check, and he went back to work. He got a new dog, and like literally everything. I feel like anyway, fell right back into the swing of things. I don't know. Like everything just fell back into the swing of things. I felt like anyway.
Yeah.
PTSD is a real thing.
Oh, for sure.
And it is, and it's there. There are definitely he does not like crowds at all.
Mm-hmm.
And he does not like crowds at all. He is definitely one for in and out. I'm talking even like awards for the boys or whatever. Like he just people.
Yeah, lots of people in a
Lots
small
of
space.
people, and unless he knows you, no. Unless he's invited you in, it's a no-go. Even his like retirement parties and stuff like that, like too many people. I mean, he knew all of them and he wanted them all to be there, but he still
Just brings out the uncomfortableness.
Yeah.
And I guess it's hard to tease out like what's from the military and what's from police work.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think there is a.
I think it
it's
all
interwoven.
jumbles
I
together.
think it's just an interwoven thing.
Yeah.
So
And then, so when he gets back, I mean, I wish I could say that it probably got better, but I think there was probably a great time. And then Matt went through his shooting.
yeah.
So he got back from his deployment.
That was
March.
13, 14. So March 14th. I'm sorry, 14.
March of 14.
So 13, 14. Yes.
Okay. And then he's back. You guys are in the swing of things. He's back on the road.
Yeah.
Has a new dog. And
He's loving life. Like he is in it, right?
like he's feeling good.
He's feeling good. He's feeling his stride. Like he is.
He's back to another job that he's passionate about.
Yep, and he's
Got the dog.
making progress at the sheriff's office. He is, all the things. Like he's hitting those goals that he wanted.
Mm-hmm.
And then I get a phone call. I get a phone
Then
call.
you get a phone call.
So he goes into work. I want to say it was his first night of Midnights, I think. We put Patton to bed, kiss him goodnight, do all the things. And I go to bed like normal. It's horrible, but I don't remember what day of the week it was. But anyway, so I'm going to bed. And I remember turning over, my phone's going off. And whenever he worked midnights, I would put my ringer on my phone. Or late or midnights, I would put the ringer on my phone. And I turn over, and my number and Kelly's number are very similar, apparently. And I'm like, why am I calling myself? Like, why is my phone calling me? Because it's like our last 2 digits are like mixed, right?
Like flip-flopped.
Yeah, like flip-flopped. And I'm like, why is my phone calling me? I'm like, hello? And Kelly was like, Crystal, it's Kelly. I'm on your front step. I need you to come to the door. Babe and I are here. Matt's been in an incident. He's fine, but he's at the hospital. And I'm like, okay. And I hung up. And I'm like, all right. So God only knows what I look like. All right. Because I am good for not taking makeup off, for
Like, I'm going to bed. I'm worn out. Yeah.
this is what it is, right? So I throw some clothes on. And I go to the door. Well, first I go and I check on Patton. And Patton is a sleeper. So
Hard.
I'm good with him. So I go to the door and I'm like, hey. And Kelly Matthews and Babe Wilson are staying at the door. And they were like, can we come in? And I'm like,
I don't
"Yep."
know.
So I opened the door. I mean, but they had told me that he was fine. So I
Yeah.
was okay with that. Whew. And
Do they work for the sheriff's office?
yes, so Kelly,
Okay.
I think, is a sergeant. Babe,
Okay.
I think, was a captain. Sorry. Sorry, I thought I was good. They come in and Kelly gives me a hug. And he was like, Matt's been involved in a shooting. And of course, I mean, I'm like, he's been shot, right? And he's like, he's not been shot. Like, it was almost like he was reading my brain.
Yeah,
Like,
you're like,
he's like, he's not been shot. He's fine. But he's like hurt his hand or his back or something. And they want to do an x-ray. And I'm like, okay. He's like, I brought Babe with me because we both know Patton and I need to take you. Matt wants you to come to the hospital. And I was like, okay. I was like, Babe, I love you. I was like, but I don't want Patton to wake up
and have somebody else
to
here.
have you there, because like if he wakes up and it's you, like, he knows you, but he knows Babe as like fun, like not as cop Babe, and Babe was cop, right?
Yeah.
I was like, I want to call my mom and my dad. They were like 20 minutes or so away. And Babe was like totally fine. He was just like, I will even like stay here and
Wait
until
till
they
they
get
come.
here, whatever.
Yeah.
It's like, no, I need to, because I know my dad. Like, he's going to be the one to answer the phone, and he is not going to understand what's happening. He's just going to know that I'm saying I need you, and I'm a daddy's girl, and he is going to be there.
Yeah.
So I call my mom and my dad. It's like 1:30 in the morning, and now my dad doesn't sleep well, so he takes a sleeping pill sometimes. And I don't know if he's taking the sleeping pill or not. Right?
You're like, I don't know what I'm
I
gonna.
don't know what I'm getting ready to, and I remember calling when I was a kid, like in a teenage years, and be like, Dad, can I have like 30 more minutes? And he's like, yeah. And he forgets that I said yeah, right?
Yeah.
And then I get home 30 minutes later, and he's like, where were you? You know, you said I could. He's like, I don't remember that phone call. So I'm like, Dad, are you awake? He's like, yes. I'm like, are you awake? He's like, here's your mother. So I'm like, Mom, Matt's been involved in a shooting, and there's 2 deputies here. I need to go to the hospital. He's fine, but I need you to come and stay with Patton. I swear to God, like, I blinked. By the time I was dressed, my parents were there.
Yeah.
And I'm like, damn, like, what in the world? So at that point, I want to say, no, I did not know at that point, but I didn't know that Matt was going to need clothes at that point. My brain was just, I need to get to Matt.
Yeah.
So they take me to the hospital, and luckily where we lived at the time, we had moved to like Salisbury area. So we lived literally maybe a 10-minute drive from the hospital. So it didn't take long to get there. We get there. I want to say, and I can't give enough props to Kelly and Babe. They were They were amazing. Like,
I'm so glad to hear that, though.
I don't know. Like, I think the only other shooting that I can remember happening was like Tom Funk had gotten shot in the arm. But other than that, like, I don't think anything like this has really
Happened
that I can remember, at least. So it's not like this is happening all the time for the sheriff's office, right?
Yeah.
Like, they know how to respond to these homes of the wives or the spouses or whatever. So I give them so many props for just be calm, cool, collected, knew exactly what to say, how to say it. It helps that I know them, right? Like, I've kicked Kelly out of my house while they were partying at night. Like, you know, like, get out, go home. We had that kind of a bond, right? And I, you know, Babe is not everybody's cup of tea, but I adore that man. And just both of them together, a strange combination together, but it worked. It worked. So we get to the hospital and the sheriff is there. And before I go into Matt's room, the sheriff pulls me aside and he gives me a hug. And he was just like, I need you to know that everything's going to be okay. And he's like, he's fine. Your boy is fine. He's an amazing man. You need to know that he did nothing wrong. He did what he needed to do to save his life. Right now, if you hear anything, it's going to be considered a homicide. And I'm like, what?
Yeah, because you're like not putting the pieces together.
Because at
right?
this point, I didn't realize that he had shot and killed somebody.
Right.
He's like, it's going to be considered homicide, but he's going to be clear. We're going to make sure of it. He didn't do anything wrong. Your boy's a hero. He did everything he needed to do. If it had to happen, I'm so glad it happened to him because he's our top-notch deputy. Like, and I'm just like, oh,
what are you saying?
oh,
Yeah.
okay. I was like, tucked it in, and I'm like, okay. He's just like, you want to go see your boy? And I was just like, absolutely. He was just like, there's a lot of people in there. You want me to get them out? I was like, no, it's fine. I mean, the sheriff was amazing. Like, that man was so calm, but so reassuring and so like, we all know he's a talker, but he knew exactly what he was saying. He had it like, he knew what to say. He knew how to say it. I did not realize what he was saying.
Sure.
But what, like, going back on it, like, many props to him. Like, it was almost like it was what I needed before I went into that room.
Yeah.
And so I go into the room, and the first person, Matt's sitting on the table, or on, like, the bed thing or whatever, and the first person I see is Jordan. And then, like, I have no idea who else is to the left, but there are a lot of people in there. The nurse is coming in the same time I'm coming in. They were checking his blood pressure. And I remember Matt putting his hand out. So he had broken his pinky on his left hand, I think, his grip hand. So they were like, can we see your hand? And I think he had already gone down for the x-ray maybe. And he put his hand out. And he was like, it was like he was had it on a board. He was so steady. Like, and I'm like, he has not, like he's not nervous. He's not upset.
He wasn't like shook him.
It was all the things. He was steady as a rock. And I'm just like, God damn, like, that is amazing. Like, I'm burning up inside. Like, have you ever almost been in an accident and you're like,
just,
after
like,
you're
wobbly.
done, you're just like, your jaw, like, that's what I felt like. I felt like I was going to vibrate right out of my clothes. Mm-hmm. Just trying to keep it together. Gave him a hug, told him I loved him. I was like, are you okay? He was just like, yeah, man, my finger, right here. He was like, my lower back hurts, but we were like jumping over fences and stuff like that. And I'm like, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm like, and I looked at him and I'm like, are you okay? And he's like, yeah, I'm good. I'm good. Okay. All right. So nurses are coming in, doctors coming in.
So much activity. Yeah.
And there's all these people. So I'm like, okay, Crystal, he doesn't want to talk about it right now. Cool. I have no idea how long we were in the hospital for. It felt like forever, but I don't really think it was. He needs me to, they took his clothes because it had blood on them. So they needed to, like, I guess they're examining the clothes or whatever.
Yeah, to be evidence,
shoes, like evidence kind of thing. Like, I remember he had my favorite pair of boots on that night. So Matt, military 100%, right? He had spit shine these boots. They were my favorite boots. They're hot. I don't know. I don't know. Man in uniform and those boots are like amazing. And they took his boots and I'm like, you're going to get your boots back, right? Like, they're going to bring your boots back, right? They're my favorite boots.
He's like, probably
so
not going to get
them.
them.
I love them. And he's just like, I hope I get my boots back. I just spit shine them. And like trying to bring a little,
The levity to it.
because it was tense. It
I'm
was
sure.
tense up in there. So anyway, the doctors, the nurses, they're coming in. They tell him he needs to go to POA for his back and his finger. They asked me to step out, everybody to step out. They talked about, I don't know, 30 seconds maybe. And then I think it was Babe took us back to the house. And there were so many. If you needed to be somewhere that night, it was the hospital, because a bad guy did not want to walk in there.
Well, they all show up. You know what I mean? Like
Everybody.
every police officer, they hear something, they're all running to you.
It
what
was
a community,
so crazy.
though. Yeah.
I can't even begin to tell you how many people were lined up against the wall, just on their phones. Like, I didn't recognize half of them. A lot of guys were like undercover, like the long hair guys and whatnot.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, who are these? Like, I knew that they were obviously cops, but wasn't quite sure from where.
Right.
So I didn't recognize them. And so many of the sheriff's office guys were there.
Oh, they'll show.
It was
up.
crazy. It was crazy. The camaraderie that is amazing.
Yeah.
I wish I could remember more of that.
Mm-hmm.
But again, that wall that I build, I sometimes forget some of
Oh yeah, some of the details for sure.
some of those details. So Babe ended up driving us back to the house because his cop car was still on the scene.
Yeah.
And the dog, I'm like,
Where's the dog?
I'm like, where's Fiasco? And he's just like, Fiasco's in the car, but I think JC's getting him. And actually, JC's going to bring him back to the house. And can you get your parents to get some clothes for me? And he's going to bring him to the hospital. And I'm like, oh my God. Because he was literally in a nightgown. He's like, I'm not leaving here in a gown.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
He's like, I'm walking out of here in clothes.
Yeah.
So my mom's like, where do I even begin to look? Because Matt is like super particular. His closet, I'm like, just pick something out. Black on black is fine, right? Pair of shoes, whatever. Because Matt was not leaving the hospital in a gown.
No,
right?
he was like 100%.
So,
well, because people are gonna be watching. I mean, there's a lot of folks there.
So, so that happens, and again, I have no recollection of time. Like, I really don't know how long this is taking. I know that when we get home, the sun is coming up.
Yeah.
And we get home. Everybody's checking on him. I think Jordan was at the house. I know Jordan was at the house. Jordan still had like his long hair. He was still like undercover or whatever. I don't remember. Maybe one or two other guys. They left, but Jordan stayed. I got Patton up, and I was like, I called my principal. And I was like, hey, I don't know what you know. I know the news, but I can't come in today. Matt's been involved in an incident. We just got home from the hospital. I'm so sorry. I don't have sub plans or anything like that. Use my emergency sub plans, whatever you have to do. I was a special ed teacher, so it's not like I didn't have a classroom of my own. I would push in, so it makes it a lot easier. But he absolutely, you do what you have to do. Take as much time as you needed. So I got Patton up and took him to school. And it's weird because like that was the first time I hadn't been with Matt since it started, like the incident started, and I could not get Patton to school fast enough.
Yeah, like you just wanted to be back home to be there. Yeah.
Patton really didn't have any questions. Like,
how old was Patton at the time?
So this was 15. So Patton was 4.
Okay.
So he was 4, or maybe he just turned 4, just turned 5, 4 or 5. But the resilience of a kid, like, it's 7:00 in the morning.
Yeah, and he's like,
and we've got like men like in the house.
He's like, oh hey guys.
Daddy's sitting on the couch like doing his thing, and he's like, hey buddy, and he broke down, and then I broke down, and then like Jordan broke down, like just that initial hug. Oh, like what the shit.
Yeah,
right.
Shit.
Like
right,
it hit.
Yeah.
I had to walk away. I'm like, shit.
Yeah.
Like that might have never happened again. Right? Fuck. And I still don't know anything that happens, right? Like I'm just knowing that
like the basic
I
snippets.
still don't know the story. So if anybody asks me, I really don't know anything. So I go and I get Patton's clothes. He changes. We grab like all of his stuff. Because Matt wants him to go to school because we're not sure what the day is going to
do the routine.
Yeah, we don't know what the day is going to unfold and keep him in the routine. So I take him and my phone is blowing up because now it's on the news. Like it's out there, right?
Yeah.
People, hey, is Matt okay? Is Matt okay? They don't know it's Matt. They just want to know. They knew it was a sheriff's deputy, so they just want to make sure Matt's cool. And I'm ignoring everything. Right? I'm just ignoring everything. And I got my phone, and I'm totally like breaking the law. I'm like driving, looking at my phone, and I look over, and this guy is just like he's all pissed off, and I'm like giving him the finger. I'm like, you don't know what we're going through. So anyway, so we get to WDS, drop off Patton. We drop off Patton, and nobody knows anything. And it's weird because I'm expecting everybody to ask me questions, and I don't know. Like I'm trying to, and like on the way there, I'm like trying to rehearse like what I'm going to say to them, and nobody knows anything. Like it's still so fresh.
Like it happened overnight. People are sleeping and just get up and go to school.
Right. But for me, it happened a million years ago, and it's been slow motion from like 1:30 until this moment. So drop him off. Nobody really says anything. Hey, is Matt okay? We heard about something going on in town. Yep, he's good. He's good. Because he was good. So we get back home. I don't know how long. Sometime around noon. Maybe it was before noon. The sheriff and I think it was Todd Richardson came. And sheriff explained that he gave Matt's name to the press because, and Matt, I looked at Matt White, and I was like, shit. He's like, we have nothing to hide. You did nothing wrong. I know it. I've listened to the
footage.
Dispatch.
Yeah.
You did nothing wrong. What you did was to save your own life. He was going to murder you. And I will go to bat for that. And I'm just like, so at this point, Matt and I, we knew what was, like, he had given me the low down and dirty of what had happened. I don't think it was until after that, that we went to POA, but because I think we were home until he got there, until the sheriff and Ty got there. But he was like, but I wanted you to know that we did this before you see it on the news.
Yeah.
It's going to be on the 12 o'clock
I'm glad
news.
he gave him a heads up.
So, and a lot of people were mad for Matt, but we knew. I mean, there's no stopping it. Don't get me wrong. But at least we weren't like
blindsided
on the news, because of course the news was going to be on because we wanted to see what they had to say. However, what I will say, and it's not even a however, because that kind of gives it a negative tone, but it was Matt's picture with the dog, like in full uniform, and it was Benjamin Jones. And a lot of people, 90% of people don't realize that Matt's name is Benjamin. So
I don't think I knew that, actually.
Right, his name is Benjamin Matthew, and he and he just goes by Matt. So when it was put on, if they hadn't put his picture up,
they wouldn't have known.
Nobody would have really made the connection. But it was the picture. Like, why did they have to put the picture up?
Yeah.
I don't know the reasons to this day. I don't know. I've never asked, but I don't know why we had to put the picture up with it. But it did curb some people because they were like, oh, they got the wrong picture with the wrong name.
Yeah.
Or the wrong name, but that's when the phones.
And say, how did you feel with his name being put out in the public?
So when we got to the house that morning, there was a cop car outside of our house.
Yeah.
I don't know who set all of that up, but there was a cop car outside of our house for weeks.
Okay.
Like off and on for weeks.
Yeah.
When I saw the news, like it hit you again, right? And you relive it one more time. They had mostly accurate details. And the news always puts so much more out than I feel like they need to put out.
Yeah.
Right?
For this story, for the grab, for the...
Right? And I'm like, why do they have to, why do they, they didn't mention anything about us
Yeah.
family-wise. It was strictly the details, but why do you have to do it, kind of
Yeah.
thing. Having
did-
his name put out there definitely sparked the people that it's kind of like winning the lottery, and all of a sudden you have friends that you didn't realize you had, like people coming out of the woodwork.
Like, oh, I know him.
Yeah. And I'm a very social person, and I have a lot of people on Facebook and a lot of people, just friends, whatever, and acquaintances, close friends, lots of acquaintances. Every single person trying to hit me up, and I'm like, I can't answer all these people.
Yeah, and
Text
everyone wants to
messages.
know.
I just turned my phone. I called my mom, and I was just like,
I'm turning my phone off.
I'm turning my phone off. He needs to get some sleep. He's not slept yet. He needs to get some sleep. I'm going to turn my phone off. I'm going to try to get a shower and lay down with him. And he has an appointment at POA for his pinky and whatnot.
Yeah.
At like 2 or something like that. She's like, do you need me to pick up Kyle? I was like, no. Well, our patent. I was like, nope, we'll make it work. So he goes, and I think I get him to go lay down at that point. I turn my phone off, turn his phone off. His phone is blowing up.
I'm sure nonstop.
And they're both probably close to being dead anyway, right? Because, just so much going on. We lay down. Neither one of us are sleeping. He's like wide awake. Just
yeah.
but he's in bed, right? Like just wide awake.
His body's laying down.
And then he goes and he sits on the couch. It's almost like, and I don't want to make him sound like weak, but it's almost like paranoia is taking over. Like, I remember, I want to say Jordan was like there, he left, and then maybe he came back just to be in the house.
Just so
maybe.
there's a presence, yeah. Do you think Matt was fearful of retaliation?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe not right away, but I think it came because Matt tries to tries to, I don't know, like not bring me into a lot of things, but he basically told me, I want you to take a different way to work and different way coming home
Yeah.
each day for the next little while.
Yeah.
There's always going to be cop car out here kind of thing. Eventually that day I think it was that same day, they did bring his car back. So we had his car, which I think made him feel a little better. But I want to say for a few nights he slept on the couch and there was a gun
Yeah.
right there. Just given the dynamic of the person involved, their family, the retaliation was definitely, I think,
Forefront of his mind.
of all the guys' minds.
Yeah.
The fear of learning my name,
Patton's name. Yeah.
all of it, right? Patton has a very unique name. It's not a name that a lot of people mispronounce it until they know that, but it's a pretty unique name. Finding out like I, in Matt's own polite way, asked me, don't post anything about anything. Like just
Yeah,
keep
we're
away
gonna
from
take a break
posting
for a little bit from
social
this.
media. Bless him, like somebody had put on like and tagged me because Matt. I don't even think Matt had Facebook back, or maybe he did because he was deployed. He was like really anti any of that
Yeah.
for a very long time. But I want to say somebody like tagged him, and he was just like, they need to take that down.
Oh yeah.
So I'm like contacting
Hey,
people.
take it
like,
out, yeah.
and then finally I put something out like, just please don't.
Yeah.
For privacy, for safety, for all of the things. Just
Because I don't think people get it.
They don't. They don't understand. And I didn't understand. Like, you don't understand until you're going through it.
Yeah.
You don't understand all the ins and the outs and the things that... And unfortunately, you have to think like the bad guy. You have to think like a bad guy.
Yeah, and and like if you're putting yourself in, like, luckily our situation was a little bit different where the family was actually more concerned about TJ's outcome. I don't think Matt's had that.
No.
You know what I mean? So I think, like, if you're looking at it from the other side, like, I get it. Like, if something happened to my husband, I'd be like,
Yep.
so, like, but you don't think about that, right? You don't, like...
And especially not in fresh 24 hours, less than 24 hours. Like, all of this is... Like, Matt's entire incident happened in less than, like, 2 minutes. Like,
Yeah.
Like, it takes longer for you to remember all the dates and the times and the this. than it was actually happening. And then from like the 1:30ish from the time I got my phone call until, I mean, we're still only talking up until like 2 o'clock that afternoon.
Yeah, so it hasn't even been a full
So
24 hours.
Right. We've lived like 5 lives.
Yeah.
But so much has happened in that time. And it's like, it's not fresh as it is for everybody on the outside. That's hearing it on the 12 o'clock news, and then the 5 o'clock news, and then the 10 o'clock news, and the 11 o'clock news. I mean, and it was the story.
Oh, for sure. In that area. Yeah.
It was the story on the news. And it's like every single time, like, stop, okay? Something else please happen.
Yeah, like, can somebody else get do something?
Something else happen to like take over this story.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
You almost become relieved when it stops being the story.
Oh,
You're
yeah.
like, oh, okay.
And I remember going into POA, like sitting, and he was talking to his FOP lawyer on the phone when we were in the parking lot of FOP and the POA, and I want to say, like, he said, yes, I've told her, don't say anything to the, she's not going to talk to the press, da 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 da. Just, you have to be so guarded about what you say because everything's still under investigation. And who am I? I wasn't there, right?
Yeah.
I just know what my husband has told me. Nobody was there. It was him and the guy.
Yeah.
They weren't even talking on the radio. Like, they didn't even know where to find him, right?
Yeah.
He had to, like, go figure out where he was for them to even, dispatch to even know where to send
Somebody. Yeah.
send the backup, right? So even if I were to have said anything, it would have been literally his words, right?
Yeah.
But don't say anything.
Yeah.
My parents, you can't say anything. You don't know anything, but you can't say anything. If anybody tries to contact you, the press, whoever,
Yeah.
you can't.
Because you honestly don't know the motivation behind why people
Yes.
are asking you questions.
Yep.
Like, then they could turn around and say, well, they said.
Exactly.
But I remember just during that time really thinking how weird it was as like that my husband, the police officer, was now under investigation. Like, did you ever feel that way? Like, feeling like everything was flipped upside down a little bit?
I was mad.
Oh, yeah. I
was mad. Like
he almost lost his life for
how
this.
dare
and
you?
are, yeah.
How dare you? Like, and then I think at some point, and I could be very wrong on this, but I don't think I am. I want to say like his family like civilly sued us or something. Like, obviously
There's
we
always
didn't-
the option of that, yeah.
right? And I'm like, how the fuck dare you? Your kid already had a bullet in his head from another previous engagement. He's not some upstanding citizen, right?
Right.
Like, how fucking dare you? Like,
Yeah, and I don't think that the general population knows that after something happens that you can be sued civilly for 2 years after.
and they took every chance they could. They
Yeah.
took every, and then comes the ridicule, right? I think Matt called it the Monday night quarterbacking.
I know, I never had heard that term until the shooting.
Yeah.
Monday night quarterback, and TJ said, and I was like, what is that?
Yeah, it's like when you second guess or
Yeah,
you
like,
go
or you
back
like
through.
feel like, well, they should have done X, Y, and
Yeah.
Z, and
so
you're
people
like,
are like, why did you have to shoot him so many times? I don't know. Why don't you put yourself on the back and someone's on top of you
Yeah.
and they're getting ready to shoot you? You don't give a fuck. You just want them
you're like,
off of
I'm
you.
going home.
Yes. Right?
Yeah.
Like the second guessing.
Well, I had to stop reading comments.
Yes.
Because it would like, and
Yes.
TJ's like, don't read it. And I'm like, bah, 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 like, you know what I mean? And
Oh
I'm
my
like,
gosh.
I'm like, don't read the comments. Don't read the comments. That's the only thing. Like, if I had one piece of advice for anybody that is going through something that gets put in the court of public opinion, don't read the comments.
On social media, absolutely not.
It will murder you. Like,
And you want to read, like,
and I want to, like, there's so many times you want to say something and do something, and it's like, all it's going to do is stir up a whole bunch of bad stuff, and you literally can't do anything about it.
Nothing.
Like, don't read the comments.
nothing. I mean, for the most part, everybody, I mean,
Oh,
so when the
sure.
sheriff did his spiel, his press conference or whatever, when he was done, it was like, and this is what it is. He tied a nice little bow.
And he was like, and done.
Done.
Yeah.
This is what happened. It was going to be my deputy or it was going to be him. And it was not going to be my deputy.
Yeah.
He did what he had to do. And we will stand behind him 100%. I've listened to the dispatch tape. I've like,
And he's very definitive when he talks, so
right.
he
And
doesn't
I
leave a
mean,
lot
I
of room
know
for
that there's
questioning.
all these things about, but the man, he's a great motivational speaker and
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
a great speaker in general. And thank God he was on our side for that. Because when he was done talking, it was like, and this is what it is.
Yeah.
there should be no question why my deputy was in the wrong. There was no wrong.
Right.
Right? Like,
And
there
how
it is.
long did that process take before he got cleared and was able to go back to work?
So that was March. Was he able to go back to work in like April?
That's pretty quick.
It was pretty quick. Was it April? Whenever the Baltimore riots went off is when he...
Yeah. I was going to say, so his first day back after his shooting was, oh, you're starting work today? Oh, great. We're sending you to the riots.
So, yeah. So, again, as you'll see, the way our life works. So, I was 5 or 6 weeks pregnant with Kyle.
Oh, gosh.
On Matt's shooting. But we didn't know because my body doesn't work, right?
Yeah.
We had gotten pregnant with Kyle in February, and Matt's shooting was in March.
And then the riots were in April.
And then I think in April. So we had not even told anybody. I did not know I was pregnant. We found out I was pregnant a week after Matt's shooting. Because why not? The day before his shooting, we had gone, I had like 80,000 miles on my car. And we were like, we've had this car since we were finding out we were pregnant with Patton. Why don't we go and look for a new car? Got 80,000 miles on it. My dad's like, you need to get rid of it. If you're going to try to, you need to do it now. I had been in a really nasty car accident the April before. Completely fixed it. All the things. So we found a car we liked, but it was in like North Carolina or something. So they were bringing the car back up to us. So we bought the car the day before his shooting. They brought the car the next day. So we had to go and sign for the car the next day.
You're like, is this real?
Like, what the fuck? And then a week later, I was getting ready to take medicine to bring on a cycle because I don't have those. And so I have to take a pregnancy test before you can take the medicine to have a cycle.
Okay.
So it's the only reason I took a pregnancy test. I was not having any symptoms, nothing at all.
And we were like,
It was like the little 88-cent, like pee in the cup, sup it up, put it in the thing or whatever. And I'm like, shit ain't accurate. Whatever.
you're like, whatever, it's not right.
Whatever.
And it probably popped right away.
Oh, immediately. And that was like from the dollar store. So that was like whatever day.
You're like, I guess I should go buy a real one.
The next day, I went to like Target, and they didn't have any like name brand. They just had like the Target name brand one. So I got that one, went into the bathroom at Target, peed on the stick.
Popped right away.
I'm like, what the fuck?
Like,
I'm not saying anything. I'm not saying anything, right? So the next day I go to Walmart.
Buy
and
another
I get
one.
like
10.
like
The
the
10
one
pack.
that says the word
Yeah.
pregnant. And I'm like, this cannot be happening. Like, what
Like right now, really?
what in the world, right? Like, what the hell? So, Walmart bathroom, pee on the stick, and it gets me a smiley face. And I'm like, what the fuck?
I think they might want to change that.
And I'm like, smiley face? So then I have to read the so realistically, like, I never took a pregnancy test before because the doctor told me I was pregnant.
Right.
I've never taken a pregnancy test before. So 3 in 3 days from 3 different stores.
You're like, I guess this must be accurate.
Right? So I'm like reading the paper and I'm like, smiley face. What's the freaking smiley face mean? It means that you're like 5 to 6 weeks pregnant.
Oh, wow.
And I was like, oh my gosh. I was pregnant the whole time Matt was going through all of this. I'm like, oh my God. Not that I'm just pregnant, but now, like, knowing that I was pregnant when Matt was going through all of this, like,
And your body, like, yeah.
how crazy is this, right? I remember telling Matt that I was pregnant. Kyle he's the ninja baby because I had been through cancer, super high blood pressure.
Can't imagine why.
All the things, right? And now I'm pregnant, and I'm not supposed to be able to have babies anyway. And here he is. So we call him like the ninja baby. So I remember sitting at the dinner table. Patton had not finished his dinner, and he was like, "Mommy, can I be done?" And I'm like, "Yes, go." And Matt's like, "He's not done." I was like, "He's fine."
We gotta talk.
And he's just like, "What's wrong?" He was like, "You've been weird. What's wrong?" And I'm like,
So,
I felt like I was 16, right? Like I'm like
Like you
I'm
got in
telling
trouble
my
or something?
boyfriend that we're expecting, right? And like I'm 35 years old, right? We've been married for however many years at this point, and I'm like, I'm pregnant. He was just like,
He's probably like, definitely didn't expect to hear that.
That was not on the bingo card. As we
Yeah,
were talking
definitely
about.
not on the bingo card.
He's like, "Are you sure?" And I'm like,
Pretty
"Yeah,
sure.
I've taken 3 tests from 3 different stores in 3 days. Have you had a blood test?" I was like, "No." He was just like, "Then I ain't gonna worry about it until you have a blood test." Okay, buddy.
Sure.
You can be in denial. That's
Sure.
okay.
Sure.
I was like, "Well, I called the office yesterday and I can't get in until whatever. I got like 3 more weeks because they won't see you until like 9 weeks or whatever."
Mm-hmm.
He's like, "Well, you're gonna have to call them back and tell them that you need to know now."
Like, that's not how it works.
I'm like, "Baby, they're not gonna care about our rocky life right now. Like, that we need to know like right now." So yeah, he sat at the dinner table and like rubbed. Like, I'm pretty sure that's why he's going bald. Just rubbed for like 40 minutes, solved all the world's problems,
Yeah.
all the things, right? And I think it starts snowing like at the same time. It's so like the world is just upside down. It's March, it's snowing, like he's just survived the shooting, like all the things. It's so crazy. Like,
Right.
But yeah, so we
Let's like add that to the mix.
so we were pregnant with Kyle. And so, I mean, he was perfectly fine. Like, everything is great. We have to go through a bunch of like anatomy scans and everything because I'm
Sure.
geriatric
Oh yeah. Yeah.
at 35 and like
A geriatric pregnancy.
what?
Like, thanks.
So like the trifold of cancer, high blood pressure, and my age, geriatric pregnancy. So yeah, so we don't do anything slow. Like everything is like full speed ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't even know where we were going with that, but
Well, I mean, that's just one thing after another. And so, and so after Jonesy's shooting, then you have Kyle. And then life is pretty kind of normal after that for a little
so
while.
he and I, like we talked about it, and he wanted to get off of the road. Like he was done with the road. It made me nervous, him being out on the road. And I tried not to talk about it to him. I tried not to let him know how nervous I was. It goes back to the whole military
2015,
thing.
2016, 2017,
That
that was a really
Yes.
hard time
Oh, I know what we were talking about.
to be a police officer's
Going
family.
into
The riots.
the riots.
Yeah.
So we're standing in the kitchen and I'm baking cookies, right? So fresh found out I was pregnant, right? We haven't told anybody. Matt's making all these plans. We're remodeling the house. We got to do this. We got to do that. We got to do all these things or whatever. And he's like hyped all up on where are we going to put this baby? Like, how are we going to afford a baby? Like, dude,
Everyone does. We'll figure it out.
we'll
Yeah.
be fine, right? So I'm making cookies. I'm like, you're going to take these cookies to work tomorrow.
When you go to work.
And when you go to work for the first time since everything happened and whatever. And he gets on the phone again and he walks back outside. Anytime he walks outside on the phone, I know it's not a good thing. He walks outside. He walks back inside because it's dark or it's getting dark or it's cold or it's raining, something. And he walks back inside and I hear the conversation, like his side of the conversation. And I'm like,
This doesn't sound good.
are you freaking kidding me? Because he's talking about the MREP. And I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, this is just supposed to be a toy, right? Like, MREP is supposed, like in his brain, the MREP is a toy. Like,
So the MREP is a big armored vehicle, right?
huge armored vehicle. And Matt and I, with one other person, are the only people that can drive the MREP. And it takes more than one person to drive the MREP, from what I'm understanding. So he needs like multiple people, and you, of course, we watch the news, so I know
what's going on,
happening,
yeah.
right? He starts talking about Baltimore. And I'm like, this has to be dinner time, maybe. Maybe we had just finished dinner, or maybe I was getting ready to make dinner. But I was like, I just remember I was making chocolate chip cookies for him to take to work, and he's like, well, you better make some more cookies or something like that. And I'm like, why? He was like, because I'm getting ready to go into work. And I'm like, why? You're not supposed to be in work until tomorrow. He's like, no, they're sending me to Baltimore. I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, why are you going to Baltimore? I was like, are you going with the military? Are you going with the guard?
Yeah.
Because throughout this, he couldn't do police, but he was still able to do
guards.
guard weekends and stuff like that. So even though he was off, he still did like his guard weekend. So I'm like, so you're going with the military? You're going with the MPs? And he's like, nope, I'm going with the sheriff's office. And I'm like, how can you go with the sheriff's office? you don't get cleared to go to work until tomorrow.
You're like, no, you're not.
Right? Like, I'm coming up with all these reasons for him not to go. And yeah, he was leaving. So he packed his bags, and I was like, so how long are you going to be gone? He's like, I don't know. However long they need us. I'm like, motherfucker.
And is this when you're like, okay.
What do you do?
Yeah, I mean,
At
we
this
don't
point,
have a lot to say.
what do you do? Right?
Yeah.
At this point, so I baked some more cookies, and I put them in this big old Tupperware, and he takes them with him, and he calls when he can, and
Yeah.
but they were tired. They worked them hard. Like, not worked them, but just that
Long shifts.
strenuous, like, not sure, because
Stress.
what we saw on the TV is not exactly what he had to deal with, thank goodness.
I mean, yeah, that's the highlight reel.
Right.
The big things.
Everybody throwing things or whatever. It really wasn't like that for him. It was just it was chaos.
Yeah, just constantly being on guard with the chaos. That's
Right.
I mean, that's
the
stressful.
chaos. So yeah, so that's, and I don't even know, like, to be honest, I have no idea how long that even went on.
Yeah.
I tried to think about, like, how long was he? I have no idea.
Yeah.
No idea. But what I do know is that when he got finished, when he was finally home and got back to real work, it wasn't long after that I think he went to
Special units. Yeah.
like working at the marshal's office or whatever.
Yeah. And did you feel safer when he was in special units?
100%.
Yeah. I always felt better when TJ wasn't on the road.
He turned into a different person.
Was he lighter?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. The camaraderie that small group of people had.
Like
and,
for the task force?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. I mean, just, I don't know. Like, I hadn't met any of them, but I knew every single one of them. I knew their personalities. He was talking about things. It was almost like after his shooting, something clicked in him. Like, I need to talk to Crystal
Yeah.
about stuff.
Like, I
when
need to
she
let her
asks me
in.
a question, I need to answer it. I need to give her
Yeah.
details, right?
Did Matt have to go to any, like, counseling or anything after his shooting? Like, did they make him do that?
No.
Yeah.
But I will say that he advocated for that. Like, I think that to be cleared to go back, like,
you have to go visit
you have to do
that
it,
one
but
person in Baltimore or
one
whatever.
time, I
Yeah,
think. Like, one time. He's like, that should have been the first thing they did for me.
Mm-hmm.
Like, besides him getting, like, the agency, the guns with the flashlights and stuff like that, like, one of his things talking to the brass or whatever, like that kind of, like, I'm not saying I have to go through counseling. I'm saying you need to talk to somebody. Somebody needs to come to the house or to the hospital to be like, hey, you good? Like,
Sism didn't meet him at the hospital?
if they did, it wasn't while I was there.
Yeah.
And if it was happening, I didn't know about it.
Right.
But
Yeah.
that needs to be done. Like that.
Yeah.
Hello.
Like, we need to check in with you right away.
Like, not like weeks
Yeah.
later, and it was just to clear you to go to work. Now, Matt, I mean, like I said, he was steady as a rock. Firm believer, which he should have been, that he didn't do anything wrong. It was him or the other guy, and period. Like,
Yeah, it was very matter of fact
no
for him.
Guilt. There's
Yeah.
no, none of that. That guy wasn't going to think twice about taking Matt's life.
Yeah.
He was just trying to get away from the cop.
Right.
So, no, there was no therapy. There was none of that. But he talks more freely now about
Yeah.
like things that are happening. I'm aware of cases now.
Yeah.
I'm aware now of like all the little things. Whether I want to know or not, I'm never going to tell him I don't want to hear it because he's talking.
Yeah.
And maybe that is his therapy. Maybe him talking to me or whoever, maybe that is his therapy.
Yeah.
But I will tell you, when he, even still being employed at the sheriff's office, but him going over to that,
Whatever that side is.
whatever that
All I
is,
know is he's like a civilian now, kind of.
it was
in the
crazy.
like-
He is a different person.
So just even being retired, like,
So once he retired, it's been even better.
yeah.
Because even when he was a sheriff's office employee, before he got his promotion, so when he was like working with the marshals, he was different. Mm-hmm. Much lighter, loving everything that he was doing.
Oh, those boys love that job.
Oh my gosh. Like,
Yeah.
it was like, oh my God, this is the Matt. This
This is where I was working to get to.
This
Yeah.
is the Matt that is passionate again and about everything that he's doing. And he's got somebody's back, but I know that they've got his back.
his, yeah.
I didn't know them from Adam, but
Oh,
I
yeah.
trusted every single one of them.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't start meeting people until somebody retired and we went to Fishtails. And that's where I put like a face with a name for a lot of guys, like Chris Snyder. Like I just heard
Yeah.
about, like goofy Chris Snyder, great guy,
Yeah.
but didn't know him. If he walked in here right now, I wouldn't have known him back then.
Yeah.
But now I have a face with a name and
Yeah.
whatnot. That is where I met Glenn
Okay.
Billiard and a bunch of, because I think Glenn was coming off, Matt was coming on, kind of thing. Somebody was retiring, I don't remember who, but we all got together.
Yeah.
Hung out, and like I said, and that's where I started
Brian?
meeting people. Was it Brian? Maybe.
Brian was after you. Okay.
Anyway, but it was the camaraderie. You knew these people were like, all right. So in my civilian, but have been around the block a few times, kind of, these people knew their shit.
Oh, yeah.
They were put there because they're in it, but they knew their shit.
Yeah.
These were people that probably have been in a situation or similar to Matt's.
Yeah.
But it did make me feel better knowing that Matt was doing that than working the road.
I know, and what's funny though is that like when they're on that task force, like they're going after a much higher,
The higher end.
danger type criminal
But I felt
versus.
safer.
But same thing. I was like, oh, he's with a great group of guys. I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it. Like he
100%.
might be running and gunning and going after murderers half the time, but like
Yep.
I felt perfectly fine with it.
100%.
Yeah.
And then he got promoted.
And he had to.
So he got promoted to like corporal.
Mm-hmm.
And they took him off of
The task
the
force.
task force. And
I can't imagine.
I felt, and love them all because they're not this, but in my brain, I was like, he's being sent to the land of misfit toys.
Yeah.
Isn't that horrible? Probably have to
Well,
cut
no,
that
but
part
it's
out.
like a really Gen
Right.
Pop. Getting sent back to Gen Pop.
But it's you fuck up, you go to the court.
Yeah.
Right? You fuck up, you go to courts. And I'm like, what did you do? Who'd you piss off? Right? He's just like, dude, the sheriff's office is telling me nothing. This is the only place I've never been other than a court or a school deputy, which he would be fired if he was a school deputy, let's be honest.
So
It's like the only
they're like, nope. Yeah.
It's the only safe place to put him as a corporal. Somebody, you have to have a corporal.
Yeah.
He's the newest rookie corporal, even though he's the most trained person
Oh, yeah.
at the sheriff's office. Like I will deathbed go on that hill, the most trained person at the sheriff's office. I think Jordan, Benson, there's only a few others that I could put in that list.
Yeah.
But what a waste.
Yeah.
What a waste is all I could think of. Is like, what a waste
Yeah.
of resource that you're going to put down the courts.
Yeah.
And I probably did not help that mental situation because at this point in my life, like when
You're
they
like,
took my
"Oh, no."
thyroid, they took my filter and like what comes up comes out. And I'm telling you, oh my God, when he told me he was going on the court, I was at school. He called me. He never calls me at school. So I answered the phone. I'm like, what's going on? And he was telling me, and I'm like, motherfucker. I'm like, why? What is happening? Like, what a waste of resources. If the sheriff walks in here right now, if whoever walks in here right now, I am going to, like, I'm like, how dare they? Like, what an insult
Yeah.
to you. I don't know why. Just because I feel like he is such a great resource, and you're going to,
Yeah.
like, put him down to courts where they never have anybody. Nobody ever fills in. They're always shorthanded. It's not like he could, if they needed something, he could just leave.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't work that way down there.
Do you feel like that kind of pushed the retirement along?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, oh, nope, I'm out.
Yep.
Yep.
I think as soon as he could start, I think that was it. I think that's when
Yeah.
he started to get that, you know what? If this, then.
Yeah, then that.
Not an ultimatum, just, how long am I going to have to be down here before I can get back?
Yeah.
And there was no
There's no time frame associated with it.
there was no
yeah.
tunnel. There was
Yeah.
no light at the end of that tunnel. So I think that's what he was doing. He was,
Like,
but
okay.
you know what? The guys down the court, they are such a fun group. Like once you get to know them, you know what I mean? They're such a fun group. When he was retiring, we all went to like B-dubs or something for dinner. They are hilarious. Like
Yeah.
they really are. it's almost like there's not a care in the world.
They're like, okay.
Right? But they're all like, they love Matt.
Yeah,
Like,
of course.
And we all laughed and we joked and it was,
Yeah. So was Jonesy still on the task force during TJ's shooting?
yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So then he was, besides the Delaware guys, he was the first Maryland on scene, like probably less than 30 seconds
Yep.
after they took TJ.
I remember getting the phone call. Well, Matt getting the phone call. So we were in our new house, the house that we live in now. And which is realistically so crazy. It's only like 40 minutes from here.
Yeah.
And he had just gotten home from work, whatever. And I was cooking dinner, and boys were running around or whatever. And I think I had just finished cooking dinner, and I was like, "All right,
Let's go."
let's have dinner," kind of thing. And the phone was ringing like all at that same time. And he was talking to, I think it was Jason Smith, and he's just like, "All right, give me 5 minutes. We just sat down. Crystal just made dinner. Give me 5 minutes, and I'll be gone." And I was like, "Really?
Like you're actually home for dinner and we're gonna go? Yeah.
Really?"
Yeah.
So he's like, and no, I hadn't met TJ at this time, but he's like, a bunch of the Delaware boys are doing some like recon or something, whatever words he was using. All I knew was he's leaving, right? He was just like, I mean, he's like scarfing down. It was like some kind of pasta or something, like spaghetti or something. He's like scarfing it down, like dipping his bread in. And he's just like, and like he goes upstairs and he comes back downstairs and he's like, it's like Superman when he turns around and he's like,
and then he comes into like
in his cape,
tactical.
You know what I mean? And he comes down and he's in like his stuff. And I'm like, what are you doing? He's just like, well, I gotta go to Delaware. I gotta go. And I'm like,
all right, bye.
he's out.
Yeah.
Love you. Goodbye. Clean up dinner, do our thing, right? Boys get a bath, get da. Next thing I know, he's calling me. He's like, I'm at the hospital. I'm like, fuck, what happened?
Like flashback.
Like, what the hell? Like,
yeah.
with the stomach. He's like, TJ's been shot. I'm like, who the fuck is TJ? Like, is he the bad guy or is he the good guy? Like, I'd heard his name, but I really didn't know.
Yeah, I didn't put it.
Right?
I mean, it's a different state
It just
task
doesn't
force.
make sense to me, right? And he's just like, he's been shot. Not sure how he's doing, da. And I'm like, what? I was like, does he have a wife? He's like, yeah, he's got a wife and a little boy. I was like, has anybody called her? And he's just like, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I'm assuming yes, but I'm like, I don't know. He was just like, he's like, babe, he's like, it's not good. It's not good. And he was like, I'll call you back. Somebody was coming to talk to him or something. Like I could hear background.
Mm-hmm.
And he didn't call me back. And I'm just like,
like, hello.
like, you can't leave me dangling like that, right? And I don't like. I was expecting like I'm like Facebook. I'm like all the things, and really there wasn't anything nobody was putting anything out. I guess it was because it was still so fresh, like super fresh. Like nothing was being put out, and I'm like
you want to know,
I'm like pacing back and forth. I'm like who are these people, right? But it didn't matter. It didn't matter. It was another Leo, and found out that he had a wife and kid, and I was like, oh, like my immediate thought was, what somebody tell her? She needs to know. Like I wanted to put that in Matt's head, in case one of the billion people involved didn't think about you, right? Like I've been there.
Like, from your perspective,
like I've been there. Like you need to know immediately. You don't need to hear it from somebody else. You don't need. You know what I mean? Like that's where my brain was.
Sure, we immediately go to the spouse or the person,
right? There. And Matt was like, that was hard. That was hard. It's not good. It's not good. He's like, it's not good. And I'm like, okay, just stop. Like, But he was, So, fast forward, because the way our life is, January 4th, Matt's mom is killed in a car accident.
Yeah.
And literally smack dab in the middle of COVID. Right.
Yep.
And they're not sure how funeral services are going to be, whatever. And we were standing in the line, and obvious cops walk into the back, right? Obvious cops.
Definitely a crew too. That crew.
Definitely, like we're walking in, and I'm like, do you see who's coming in? And I didn't know. Like, I didn't know. That was the first time I laid eyes on you. And I'm like, do you see who's coming in? And I mean, like, people were like shaking his hand, and he like, but like pushed him to the side. And he immediately like met you guys in like the middle of the, because I want to say somebody like maybe had your arm or something, like helping you walk or whatever. You did not. You were walking on your own, but somebody was helping. And
he
like
has mittens on too.
Matt immediately like I don't know who this poor person was.
Probably Josh.
But he like
whoever
he was
pushed
like,
out of the
he
way.
was like,
oh my gosh,
pushed him out of the way, and like immediately like met like you got like the whole group of you like in the middle, and I think he wanted to like go in for a hug or something, but he was like I don't know.
He's like, I don't know where to hug you.
It looked awkward from like where I was standing, and like my mom and whatever, they were like, "Who is that?" And I was like, "That must be TJ."
Like, I'm thinking.
I was like, the guy who, and mom's like, "Oh my God." Like, cause it was so fresh. Like, when was your?
I got home 2 days before that.
Shit, so fresh.
And like he was like, I'm going, and like there was nothing I could say or do that was gonna stop it. I was like, I don't know if that's a great idea. Yeah. And then like I remember trying to get him dressed for it because he had like bandage. Anyways,
Picking me up.
I was like, well, the boys are coming, I guess.
Yeah,
there wasn't fighting that because like TJ was like, I'm going, and I'm like, okay. And then so like I know that was an incredibly hard loss for Matt.
Yeah.
And like, you know, for you as well, obviously.
Yeah,
like
we were still virtual. We were teaching virtual. And I had just started class. Just turned on, and I was fortunate. My kids all showed up every day, had their videos on, like all their cameras, you got all the little boxes on. I was super fortunate. My kids were amazing. And I had another adult in the room who he did not want to be there. Bless his heart. He was super old school, did not understand all the technology that was coming along with virtual learning kind of thing. Like, it was everything he could do to just get his camera turned on in the morning.
And you're like, hey, bud, you got to take the reins for a minute.
So, and I'm in our dining room. Like, dining room became my classroom. And my phone is ringing. So, very much like all the things sitting up, right?
Yeah.
And my phone was up on the little stand over here, and Matt's calling me. And I'm like, shit, I just started class. Like, we're still doing, like, the Pledge of Allegiance kind of thing. And I'm like, hey, guys, I'll be right back, okay? So I pause everything, and I take the phone. He's like, Mom didn't make it. And I'm like,
what do you mean?
Mom's been in an accident. She's not made it. And I'm like, what are you talking about? And, like, soon as those words came out of my mouth, like, it dawned. Fuck. He's like, she was in an accident. She got hit by a tractor trailer is all I know. And she didn't make it. And I'm like, where are you? And he's like, I don't know where he was at that point. I don't know if he was still on the scene, because he somehow ended up like on the scene. Like, he was there. He wasn't far from it, from whatever he was doing, and he was like there. So I came, he was just like, I was like, what are you doing? He was like, I'm getting ready to come home. Jordan and somebody else are with me or meeting me, and we're coming to the house. I was like, all right. So I went back over to my kids, and I was like, hey guys, I have an emergency. I was like, Bob, can you go ahead and take over? I'll put everything asynchronous. Just stay with them until I can get everything in. And then, so I was messaging Bob, and I was text messaging my principal, and like, hey, this is what's happening. And he just looks at me, and he's like, and I'm like, thanks, buddy. So, I do all my things. I get my kids. My kids are like, all right, Miss Jones, we'll see you later. And I'm like, bye, guys, love you. Turn everything off. And at like that moment, my principal is calling me, and I'm explaining to her what's going on. And she's like, do what you got to do.
Yeah.
She was like, I am so sorry, Crystal. And I'm like, yeah, I'm not sure. I don't even know any details. I just know that she's passed.
Yeah.
Obviously unexpected kind of thing. So, I don't know, 20 minutes later, Matt pulls up, and I want to say Patton was
Because they're all home.
well,
Yeah.
Kyle, because Matt's a first responder, I took Kyle to school
Okay.
because he was a first responder. His school was open for first responders
Oh,
because he
wow.
was only in pre-K 4
Oh, wow. Okay.
at that point. But Patton was upstairs in our game room online.
Right.
And he was like, "Did you say anything to Patton?" I was like, "No, he's in school." He's like, "Well, I don't want to say anything to him right now." I understand completely, right? So he comes down from his break. I don't know, like 11 or so. He comes down. No, this was all like 7:30 in the morning. Like mom was on her way to work
Okay.
when this happened, and she worked in Salisbury, so she had like a good 45-minute drive. So she had to leave pretty early. And he comes downstairs. And he's like, "What are you guys doing here?" You know, like,
Yeah, he's got
"Hey,
like,
Dad, like, what are you doing here?" kind of thing. He was like 10 or 11. So he sat him down and, explained that my mom was in a car accident and she didn't make it and whatnot. And at first he was kind of like, okay, like I
Like it had like click,
just
click.
hadn't really
Yeah.
clicked at first. And then it did. It started to click. But Patton, true Patton
Resilient.
passion, he just kind of resilient as he could be. He really didn't ask any questions. He just kind of went with the flow. I think he learned what he learned just from us talking,
Yeah.
right? He just kind of learned what had happened just through us talking or whatever. So yeah, that was out of nowhere. And then 2 weeks later, we had to put Fiasco down. He had a degenerative back issue. He was in solid brain. He was good to go. He just couldn't. His body gave up on him. So 2 weeks later, we had to put our last canine down.
Jeez.
That I'm like, what the freak? Like,
what has all of this like done to you mentally over the years? Like, how do you, I know you said you put up walls, but like, I mean, for you to be able to talk about it and identify it, but like, what's your, like, how does that?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, I don't know. Like, when, I know this is going to be something, like when we got the phone call for Glenn, my heart just dropped. Like, because at first we did not know that he had died.
Right. So Glenn is a Maryland.
He was a deputy.
He was a deputy. Yeah, right.
He was
He
deputy
worked
with
with Matt and
Yes.
was in a shooting.
And Matt was just getting off work, something. It always
It was
seems to be-
overnight, yeah.
Yeah, it always seems to be like he's either just getting off work or getting ready to go into work or something when shit's going down. And so we got a phone call, and he didn't go outside this time, but I could hear what he was saying, so I immediately started jumping on, right?
Yeah, like what's happening?
Because at this point, like, social media is where you go. You're looking for, there's certain places where you're going to look. You're going to look and you're going to look and nothing. There's nothing. And I'm like, damn, what is going on? And he's just like, all right,
I'm going.
I'm going. And I'm like, okay, so where are you going? Like, at this point, I'm not even like, what the fuck? Or I'm just like, where are you going? Like, what do you need? He's like, stay on my way. He was like, I need to get,
I need to get there.
now Matt is a preparer. So everything is already in a place for every scenario, right? So if it was CERT team, if it was the marshals, if it was, everything has got its place, and he's got specific things that he takes for whatever he's doing, right? And he was so befuddled. Like, he's steady as a rock, but he looked befuddled, like he didn't know what to take. Like, what do I take? And I felt like he just took everything. Like, it was just like, whoosh, he took it all. CERT team, marshal stuff, like all of it. He comes downstairs and he's got like a belt on here, and he's got like, he looked like he was going to war. Like, he had a belt here, he had this, he has a hand radio, he's getting an extra battery and he's putting it in somewhere. Like, he's got all these pouches and whatnot. And he's like, I gotta go to the sheriff's office because I gotta get the MRAP, because he said the deputy has been shot. I'm like, well, who? And he's just like, I don't know yet. And I'm just like, bullshit, you know. And so he did slow down a little bit. And he said, it's Glenn. And I'm like, Glenn. He's like, Glenn Hilliard. And I was like, oh, fuck. So I had met Glenn one time and then like briefly. And then couple months before this, I think. So, nope, that's a lie. Maybe the summer before we all had really started to hang out. And somebody had a barbecue, and that's where I really met Glenn, who is like the biggest kid you'll ever meet, right? And he was part of the drone unit. Like he and Jordan had done the drone school or whatever.
Yeah.
So we were at this barbecue, and Patton really is into drones. And there's a picture of Glenn and Patton sitting on this little kiddie bench. So Glenn is probably
Big dude.
he was a big dude. He was probably what, 6 foot, maybe 6'1", 6'2", maybe. Big burly black guy, not like huge, not fat, just a big black guy with my little like 10-year-old
Little Patton.
sitting next to him, and they're like sitting on the bench like this, and he's like showing Patton how to like fly the drone. This drone's going up, drone's going down, and like, but that's Glenn, right? Like if there's a kid there, he's like, kids are attached to him. I don't know why. They had a slip and slide, and he like running in his slip and slide like his boxers, like boxer like type thing, and socks. Like, why did you not take your socks off, kind of thing? Like, just he's just hilarious, right? So I'm like, Glenn, and I don't know if my brain didn't want to think it was him. I'm like, there's got to be another Glenn, right? There's got to be another Glenn. And he's like, no, he's been shot. They're on the way to the hospital, but they haven't caught the guy yet. They think, they want to prepare in case of barricades, whatever. But I'm the only one who can freaking drive the MRAP. I'm like, all right. I'm like, well, where did it happen? He was just like, literally down the fucking road. So he's like, so I got to go all the way to the sheriff's office and then drive all the way back. And as we know, Matt, he likes to be in it, right? Involved. He wants to be in it. He wanted
to be there now.
And he needs to be there right now. So I guess whatever happens from there until he gets onto the scene with the MRAP, I don't know at what point, because there's really not a whole lot being put out.
Yeah, not a lot of coverage
all.
of it.
Nobody's answering text messages. Nothing's happening. So we finally, he messages me. It's not good. I'll call you in a little bit. He calls me. He's upset. He's upset, and he goes through and he tells me, that he was shot. He was like, but I will tell you what, Crystal, Tashika, that is one strong woman.
His wife, like,
okay, because I had never met her.
Mm-hmm.
She did not, that first night we met, and then the times after, she was always with the kids, their kids or whatever. I had never met her. And he's like, Tashika is one strong woman. And I was just like, who's Tashika? He's like, that's his wife. And I was like, oh, shit.
Yeah.
Okay. And he said she was at the hospital, obviously, and she wanted all of us to come in to the room. If we felt comfortable to come in, to be with her, with Glenn, because that's what Glenn would want. And I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, and I don't know. I just lost it. Like the strength and the courage. And then, your brain is like, did she want to not be by herself with him? But I don't think so. Like, I really do firmly believe that he died doing what he wanted to do. And she full-heartedly believes that, and which she should. And why shouldn't he be surrounded by the people? Because he was on the CERT team, and he had not been on the CERT team very long.
No.
When it happened, and then I don't know, like those guys. It's another group of guys that are.
Yeah, they got each other.
And it's probably, I don't know, I might get in trouble for saying that. It's probably a good thing that they didn't find that guy.
Yeah.
It's probably a good thing.
I would say so.
Guy. So yeah, that to me, that's where shit, like, you were shot, but you lived. In that shooting, but he is the one who, Glenn didn't make it.
Yeah.
And that shit, like, it could really happen.
Yeah.
I don't know. That one hit because that's where my brain went. Like,
yeah. I don't think people really understand what spouses go through.
Mm-mm. It was, the funeral was, wow. And somehow, Courtney and I, Jordan's wife, ended up in like the front row, and like Tashika was like, "No, you're sitting here," because we were going to sit as far back as possible,
Yeah,
right?
like, I don't want to be right
I
here.
don't need to be because I'm a crier.
So am I. I cried
Right?
everything.
And I just trying to get myself together, and she's like, "No, you're sitting right here." And I look at Courtney, and Courtney, we're like, "Well,
Okay.
okay,
I'm not going to tell you no.
I'm not gonna tell you no." So we're sitting there, and poor Courtney, she's allergic to flowers, and like
Oh my
we're
God.
so close that like we're like right there. Come to find out, she was pregnant with Bodhi,
Oh,
like and
goodness.
didn't know it. So she was morning sickness. She had like a
Oh,
sinus
bless her
infection.
heart.
She was the cold. She was trying to keep herself together. I'm trying to keep myself together. And here is Tashika. She's just like, I'm like, whatever freaking medicine they gave that
Bless
girl.
you. Yeah.
She was strong as a freaking. You know what killed me was watching the guy like watching the casket or whatever,
When they stand there. Yeah.
when they stand there and the guys just trying to hold it together, like, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
the line of people, it was never ending. Like I
Yeah.
think that they had to stop it to be able to get stuff going.
No, because yes, they had to start it. Did you ever feel? Because I don't know. We had an event with it was tunnel. It was Tunnel to Tower. We did an event, and there was a
great
spouse.
organization.
Oh my God, amazing! They do so many amazing things. But there was a spouse there who lost her husband, and I remember feeling almost like survivor's guilt, like
So people make fun of me and they're like, you could talk to an ant about anything.
yeah,
And I'm like, it's a gift. When
yeah,
it's- At first, I did not know what to say
yeah,
to Tashika. The other was the deputy that was the one who was the first on the scene for Glenn. Major survival guilt.
Yeah.
And his fiance at the time, she was just, she came to, we were introduced, and she came to me. It was the day that they brought his body back.
Mm-hmm.
And we were all at the church, and she was like, "Do you have any suggestions? Do you have any like?" I was like, "I got nothing for it." Like I felt almost like somebody, like she wanted me to give her like
yeah.
pointers,
Like some advice.
and my brain froze. Like I
Yeah.
could not. I was just like, "You just have to be there. You have to
Be
be
there
for
for
him.
them. Yeah.
You have to be there for him." And I never quite knew what to say to Tisha.
What can you
just
say?
didn't know, like, it just, everything I would come up with in my brain just didn't feel right, other than, bless you, I'm here for you, whatever you need, like, you
Yeah.
name it, it's yours, I'll make
Yeah.
it work, kind of thing. But she was so overwhelmed with so many people doing so much. I can't imagine. But for the fiance, I just didn't, like, you just have to be there for him. You
Yeah.
have, whenever he wants to talk, just be an open ear. You don't have to
Yeah.
say anything back. Just be that ear to listen.
Yeah.
Like, just let him talk when he wants to talk. It's not going to be right away.
No.
And I think that, I'm sure that's with DJ. I'm sure with Matt, it's not going to be right away. And even when it is, it's like that cycle, that grief cycle almost.
Yeah.
You go through all of those, even though for us, there was not that grief, it's still a grief cycle.
Oh yeah.
Mad, sad, like all of it. The whole circle was there.
Yeah. Yeah. And so how do you feel like this has, like, how has your marriage survived all of this stuff?
I'm a badass.
I don't give up. How about that? Yeah.
No, I don't know. It is a learned behavior, I believe. It is, in the very beginning, I did not grow up in a household that was, it was just a super, what I thought was a normal household. Now, looking back, like, that is not normal. Like, I live a normal life now,
Yeah.
I don't know. I think maybe it was because we were so young when we got together, and like everything, and you kind of have to put some humor into it too at some point. Like,
Yeah.
this can't freaking be happening. Like, are you serious right now?
Yeah.
But then I also think about, there's other people living far worse things than what we have gone through.
Yeah.
And I always try to think about that too, like, when, so September 2016, Matt was given a Medal of Valor from the Maryland Sheriff's Association. We were invited to go to this big, huge, I don't know, event
Yeah.
in Ocean City. And he's like, I don't know, I'm getting some award. The sheriff wrote something up.
Like probably just like whatever. It's
And
some
I'm
little
getting,
thing.
just have a nice dress. They're feeding us. And
Be a night out.
It'll be, right, they're putting us up in a hotel.
You're like, heck yeah.
Like at the Grand or something, right? We have like the weekend. So every 5 years or so of September the 11th, Matt's Guard unit meets, and they do like either the 9/11 race or we take a tour of the Pentagon or something like that. So literally we had just done that. And we had taken the boys. So it was the first time the boys had been to the Pentagon and stuff like that. And then like the next day we went to Ocean City and spent like the night, maybe 2 nights for this. And I'm like, yeah, we're meeting all the people, and I'm being the trophy wife. I'm meeting people and hugging. I see a few people that I recognize, but whatever, just smile and be pretty, kind of thing. We get the pamphlet, and I'm like looking for Matt's name, and I'm like, and it's at the bottom, and it says Valor Deputy whatever, Matt Jones, whatever, DFC, whatever, Corporal Matt Jones, whatever it was, Benjamin Jones. And I'm like, dude, you're at the bottom. Like, they're at the bottom. Whatever. So we're sitting there, and we go to this dinner, and they sit us at this table, and there's like all these older people, and I'm like, but I see people over there that I want to sit with. I know those people. I want to sit with them. But they sit us at this table, and we're talking, and she's like, and who are you? And I'm like, I'm Crystal Jones. I'm Matt Jones's wife. I was like, Benjamin Jones. He's down here on. She goes, oh, he's getting the Medal of Valor. And I was just like,
Yeah. Okay.
yeah, cool, right? And she's like, he's like the big winner. She could tell
Like it wasn't
that I
registering.
had no idea. She like put it in layman's terms. She's like, he's like the big winner. He's going to be the last one they present
As
it's
like the
it's like
trophy.
the big, and I'm like,
Oh.
and she was like, do you mind me asking what happened? Why he's being given this? And I was just like,
He shot someone.
I was like, he shot and killed somebody.
Oh man. And you're like,
And she was just like, welcome to the club.
well, it is a club.
Okay.
Unfortunately, not one you ever wanted a membership to, but
Right? And
yeah.
I don't know why it came out of my mouth that way, because usually I try, even when like nowadays, like when people like Matt's incident is what it's Matt's incident. And like people at work that don't really know anything, and I'm like, well, this is kind of what happened, and I was like, and then he shot some guy, and they were like, oh, I was like, yeah, and that's usually where it ends. But for this lady, I was like, he shot and killed somebody or something, she was just like, well, welcome to the club.
You're
And
like,
I was like,
okay.
I did not realize there was a club. Okay. And she was like, if you ever need anything, she gave me like a business card that I don't still have. I feel bad because there was so much happening that night, and so many pieces of paper, pamphlets, and all kinds of things, and like certificates and all the things. The only thing I do remember is it's a very pretty like
Award,
medal, like
yeah.
award type thing or whatever. But she's just like, he's getting like, is it that one up there? Is that what?
Definitely Medal of Valor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, she's like he's the big winner. I
Aw.
was like, oh, I had no idea. Like, it's stuff like that it's still kind of like, even after everything, still kind of hits me out of left field.
Yeah.
Like, comes out, and I'm like, so he's being awarded for living,
Yeah.
for surviving something, right? Like, I don't know. I don't know. It's weird. Like, how do you survive throughout your life that way? I don't know. I just, like I said, I put up this blockade, and I just kind of like look around it and make the best of it as I can. Like only drop that shield down every so often.
Yeah.
I try really hard to be positive. believe it or not. Like, I really do try to be positive most of the time about most of the things. I'm trying to think about other people because for the most part, been there and done that. Trying to think about that side of the house. Like,
Yeah.
what does the house that's not directly involved need?
Yeah.
The families and whatnot. Like, and that's probably why I'm so involved with the sports for our kids and whatnot, making sure that everybody else is taken care of. But that's also the way I was raised.
Yeah.
My mom,
Stay-at-home mom made sure everybody was taken care
everybody
of.
was taken care of, and I think that's huge, right? My dad made sure that, not to take anything away from, like, my dad made sure that we were taken care of. My mom
Yeah.
made sure that we were taken care of.
He made sure everything could be taken care of. She made everything sure
Actually
everything
happened.
was taken care
Yep.
of. Yeah.
And I kind of feel like that, and I kind of feel even younger. Like I said, even when he was deployed before, like, I was always like the mom of the group. Even when his last deployment, I got very close to the women in that FRG, and we're still super close. Like, I kind of, even one or two are maybe even older than I am, but I still feel like I'm the mom of the group.
Right. That's just who you are.
It's just who I
Yeah.
am, right? And always checking on, making sure, or always sending a text message. We try to go on vacations sometimes together and stuff like that. But I always kind of feel, I don't know. I just kind of feel like, not that I need to be that glue. That's not it. It's just that's me. I want to just make sure everybody's okay. And
Yeah.
I always put myself on the back burner. Like what we were talking about when we first, I don't get my hair done. I don't do those things.
Yeah.
I would rather spend that time, that money, that energy making sure everybody else is okay.
Yeah. And so if another woman were like stepping into this life, what would you tell her?
Buckle up.
Buckle up, Buttercup.
Buckle up. You better get some shoulders. You're
Yeah.
gonna need them. I would probably say communication, top notch. Like, so for so long there was not the communication, and I think he was just protecting. I don't think it was
Yeah, not that he didn't. Again, they do feel like they have to protect us from what they do.
right.
Yeah.
I don't think he was doing it on purpose. I honestly feel that way. But open communication, like, you've got to know what's going on, because if not, that's, I think, where things can go negative,
For sure.
because then that it's in your head, but also you're doing things. You're going to start trying to find out things through different avenues. And whether it's social media, whether it's talking to other people, you might not be talking to the right people, or whatever.
Yeah.
Open communication. You've got to trust them, because unfortunately there's a lot of things that they can't talk to you about. Military and police. There's just so much, and you just have to accept it.
Yeah.
You don't need to know everything. And as long as you know that they're safe and that they're okay, I would say definitely know the information you need to know. It sounds weird, but you need to know their social security number,
Yeah. Have a plan.
their
right.
their DOD number, their whatever, their government
Yeah.
information. You need to know that.
Yeah.
If I didn't have that information, it would have been hard for me to be able to do the things that I was doing
Yeah.
to try to get him home and to try to, like, get information that I needed. Just know what you're getting into. I did not know, and it ended up being okay, but pretty resilient and whatnot. But
And have a good support system too, I think.
the support system, whether it's family, if you're military side, get into that FRG.
Yeah.
And then for the police, like, the wives are, like, even if, I don't know, like, some are catty, some are, but it takes a whole village. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? You're going to have
Like,
the people
not
that
everyone's
can
going to
get
be your
along.
best friend, but you need to be able to speak with
Yes.
them and
Shift partners.
Yeah. You
when
need to
they
know
s-
the shift. 100%.
You need to know the shift, and you need to have numbers. Like, you need to have people's numbers in your phone.
Yeah.
And
Spouses numbers too. Hey.
100%.
Yeah.
So those would be the things that I would say are probably the most important. And then if you have children, I guess depending on where you are, what you're doing and what level you're in, like, your kids need to be, like, aware of the on, like, for us, like, with daddy, like, don't wake up daddy. If he's asleep, don't wake daddy up. Like, don't just go in and jump on him. You'll probably end up on the floor, right? Like my boys had to learn fast.
Make it punched real quick,
right? You
and not on purpose.
Don't come up and sneak behind, you know.
Yeah.
But like even our family members, you know, like don't ask him questions you don't want the answers to.
Yeah.
Or he's opinionated, and you don't agree with something. You're not going to fight with Matt Jones and walk away unscathed. Like your feelings are going to get hurt. Like,
yeah.
It's going to happen. So
unfortunately, some life experiences have caused those opinions.
mm-hmm.
You know.
So those are some things that I would.
Yeah.
In my but been there, done that. A lot of things.
I would say my biased opinion.
Right. Like, you know, trust and communication, I would say, are the two most important. You have to trust them because they're going to be doing things.
Yeah.
And
I think, unfortunately, you also have to have a plan for the things you don't want to talk about.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to have a plan for when somebody does knock on your door in the middle of the night and you have kids and you need to figure out where they're going.
And that plan was not exactly in place, but we had talked about.
Yeah.
And I think that was more military than anything else. Like the end game, like what is for both of us.
Yeah.
You know? Like we joke now, but back then it was real. Like and it was written down.
I said he had to put it in writing for military.
It was written down. Like this is what's happening. But like I think he understands based on what he had told me. Don't just call Crystal. You're gonna have to like
go there.
You're gonna have to be at the house.
Yeah.
Right. Don't just call her because her crazy might come out or something. I don't know. So again, circling back to that was the office, and I think offices, the departments, they need to have a plan in place, and maybe they do.
Well, some plans are probably better executed than others.
Yeah, probably.
But just my opinion. But looking back on everything, what would you say you're most proud of?
100% Matt and the way he carries himself. Like, and I'm not like his fluffer. Like, I'm not just, but if people know Matt, like, it's not like a love or hate relationship. Like it's like a respect factor. Like he carries himself well. He is like, I'm his biggest fan. Like if his mom was here, like we would have to like battle
out for that title.
Like, right. But, now that she's not with us, like I'll carry that for her too. I am his biggest fan. Like you're not going to tell me anything negative about Matt that I can't come back and say, you have no idea. This is why things are the way they are, whatever.
Yeah. The
way he carries himself. He is an amazing man. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. I love him so much. He's just, I'm glad that he found me. I'm glad that
and to say that he wouldn't be where he was without you, though. Don't forget that.
Maybe.
Yeah, you weren't just a bystander in all this, just so you know.
No, he's amazing. Like, I mean, we have our ups and downs, right? Like everybody's marriage is ups and downs. I mean, but I can tell you that our only argument is about like the house. Right? Like he wants it to look like nobody lives in our house. And I love
we live in it.
And we live in our house, right? That's our argument.
Yeah.
If there's an argument, that's our argument. It's the stuff. And
if that's the worst thing that happens today, that's okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. He's amazing. I don't know.
Well, I love that. Well, Crystal, thank you for coming on and sharing all of the things.
All the things.
And I really hope that, you know, like if there's a spouse watching this, if you're the law enforcement, if you're the spouse, if you're the military, the first responder, whatever it is, that, you know, you learn that we can walk through fire and come out together.
Well said.
Yeah.
Well said. That is, because we both know there has been a lot of fire, hasn't there?
We're really good with fires.
We're really good with fires. We're really good with fire.
And that's why I think, you know, just having the support and knowing people that have been through it is huge, right? Because I can call you and be like, oh my God. And you're like, yeah, I know. You know,
in there, we can talk about that. Let's talk about that.
And you guys were a huge support for us and still are for TJ and Jonesy.
Yeah.
You know,
it's been an awesome, like, evolution, you know, like it's so fun. Like, I don't know. I don't know. He's a fan. He's a fan, TJ Webb.
He's my guy.
Well,
He
they gotta,
is.
you know, you have your people. You know, you gotta find
Yeah.
your people too.
And similar, but so different, but similar.
Yeah.
Right. And like the mirror of our lives. So,
Yeah.
and then it's so weird, like how it all come together. It's just so weird how it all come together. I love it. It's awesome. Like we came literally from OBX to the first time you guys had. I think you were still living at your parents'
Yeah, we
house.
had
Maybe?
we had to
You were
get together for
building-
everybody. We were building this
You
house.
had
yeah.
like everybody over, like literally. Yeah, we went from OBX. We left early, and because he's like, we're going, and I'm like, okay. So we left OBX like hours earlier than everybody else.
to get there.
Drove.
Straight to our house.
I don't even think we went home to shower or anything. I think we went straight to your house.
Yeah. I think
And then
so.
like the boys were out there like crabbing, like,
Oh yeah.
off the side of the dock or whatever, and like the boys remember coming over. Somebody broke a chair, like
Probably.
Patton, like somebody sat in a chair and broke the chair.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah, it
And
was one of those
Patton-
like fold out chairs.
Thinks that is hilarious. And then listen to like my 15-year-old like wanna tell that story, like, but those are the things that he remembers, and that's
Yeah.
so cool. He remembers crabbing off the side of a dock with some kid that he has no idea, right?
Could've been,
And I was
I
just
don't know.
like, hey, when we were at the at Parkside for wrestling,
Oh
I
yeah.
was just like, remember crabbing off the side, and you don't remember there. That's who it is. And he was just like, oh wow, he's big now. And I was just like, so are you, buddy?
Yeah.
Like, it's been that long ago, but like our
Yeah.
kids remember, even though they're they don't hang out, they don't. But think about the commonalities that they have.
Yeah. I mean, they have a bond too that they
They don't even know about.
don't know about, but they have that commonality.
Right now, how old? What is your son's name?
Reese.
Reese. I knew that. I was gonna say Reed, and I knew that wasn't right. How old was he when he? I mean, obviously.
He was 7, almost 8.
7. Yeah.
So, and he knew right away, obviously, that shit went bad, and
Well, he knew that Dad hurt his leg. Hurt
Okay.
his leg really bad, and then it took a while for us to tell the whole story for him.
Okay.
But yeah.
It wasn't until Patton. It wasn't until I think Matt kind of prepped him before his retirement party. So
Oh wow. So he didn't know.
he knew stuff, but my fear was that they were teaching him how to Google in school, like how to like
So he would Google the
look up
things.
information, like, and what is false information, what is true information, how do you figure that out? My brain went to shit. He's going to Google us.
Yeah, I mean, most- yeah.
that's what he's going to.
That's how he's gonna
That's how
figure
he's
it
going to
out.
find out what happened to Dad was on Google during an assignment in school, right? So I was like, baby, you need to like kind of fill him in, and then at his retirement, like the sheriff got up and did his spiel, like Jamie Dykes did her spiel, like all of the things, and like it was talked about quite a bit. And the boys were there, so they learned
A lot.
a lot that night. They learned a lot that night. And of course, like I think Patton has watched the podcast.
Yeah.
So Kyle's just so like, he's not there yet.
Yeah.
But Patton, I think, has watched the podcast, so he's heard
Yeah.
all the things as well.
Did he have any questions about it afterwards? No.
And not that he's asked me.
Yeah.
He might have talked to Pat or Matt about it, but no, he's not said anything to me about it. But I also think he just kind of takes it with a grain of salt.
Yeah, he's gonna roll with it.
Yeah, he just kind of. And then last night, Marley was over, the girlfriend, and they took him up to Matt's I Love Me room.
Mm-hmm.
Very much like this, but up in his room. And she was like looking at everything. And like Patton was like trying to explain
What these things
what
are.
things are, like what challenge coins are, and what, like all the things and whatever. And I don't think he said anything about anything like that. Just trying to explain like the things. So I think he's very proud. He's very proud of Daddy too, kind of thing. And that's, I think, his way of
Showing it.
showing it. Like he wants to show it off. To the girlfriend, right? Like why else would they have gone up? Like with Kyle.
Yeah.
Like because I can think of some other reasons, or they might want to go up to the room.
By themselves.
But they took Kyle,
Yeah.
right? And it's to show him around. Fiasco's
Stuff.
picture and like his like urn and stuff like that is upstairs, and like in our hallway. And he was telling her about Fiasco and whatnot. So I mean, he definitely
Yeah.
now that he's getting older,
understands a lot more.
definitely.
yeah.
Yeah, he's definitely, and he's proud. He's proud of what he does and stuff. So
I love that.
I think that would be. I think they'll figure it out. Like, and neither one of them want to be a cop.
Okay.
I'm
Fine
fine
with that.
I don't think either one of them want to do military. If anybody, it would be Kyle.
Yeah.
I don't want that for them. But
Reese
Matt
likes
is
military, but I think he's more like he likes the aviation aspect
girl.
of it. I'm like, you can do that.
go Air Force all the
Or you
way.
can do Air Force. You can do aviation. I don't even know if I want military, but I'm like, you could do aviation.
Aviation's good. Give me some free flights.
I'm like, I'll take that bonus. Thanks.
Right? So, yeah.
Awesome.
Yay.